One day I'm gonna learn how to work a computer on my mama. There we go. Boom. Happy Thursday, everyone. Happy Thursday. Thank you all so very much for being here, because as you already know, you could be anywhere else in the world, but you are here with me, and I appreciate you. So with that being said, let's make sure that we are doing all of the good things, guys. Make sure that we are tapping the screen, sharing the live, reposting, knocking out these gift goals over here on the TikTok. Also, make sure we keep the chat going. All right, let's just be our authentic, awesome selves here today and be fucking awesome. All right. With that being said, another thing is that if you're over on the tube, make sure that you're liking and sharing and also subscribing and keep the chat going. And guys, if you would like to support me, support the stream. All right, keep this platform going and growing. The links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name. PayPal and Venmo. I also have a Zelle. Everything with Erica9@gmail.com. All right. And if you're over in the tube, you can send a super chat. I do want to thank you all in advance, because everything is appreciated and most definitely accepted. Thank you so much, Jonah, for the Disco Dino. I appreciate you, friend. All right, guys, let's go ahead and do the damn thing. All right, let's go ahead and do that. If you're a Trump supporter, request up. You are the demographic of people I like to speak with. All right, let's do that. Let's talk about it all. There's so much. All right. Also, over on the tube, the phone lines are open. The number is there on your screen. All right, that's 720-295-4868. 720-295-4868. You can give me a call. It's cool. I might answer. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and get this started. Okay, I made the music stop. The day the music stopped. Let's see, what do we have in the box here? Let's see, guys. All right. Do I really feel like dealing with people who just want to come in here and be racist? Oh, that was the background. That was the other phone. I'm going to go ahead and bring the backup. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Okay, guys, make sure you're following the purple one there. Shauna, why are you doing a ... I don't understand it. Okay, let's see what happens. Hola. ¿Cómo está?
How you doing?
One moment. You gotta say, I said, ¿Cómo está?
Yo entiendo poquito español.
De nada.
Nada.
Hey, Andy, thank you for the Astro Bear. That was so cute. Thank you, friend. I cannot say, I could say Nicaragua. That's not the question that you want to ask. Pay attention now. You want to be an asshole. Okay. I said de nada.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you were speaking Spanish, so I said de nada.
Yeah, that means like nothing.
Oh, El Trabador?
Travador?
La
Are you naming
Biblioteca.
countries? I don't even know what that is.
La Biblioteca? That's
I
library.
don't know what that is.
That's library. See, my Spanish is better than yours. Look at that. All right. Anywho.
Yo entiendo poquito. It means I know a little bit.
What? You said it too fast. Anywho.
Yo entiendo poquito.
Shad. Is it Shad?
You could just call me back.
I'll call you Shad. All right. That's Bow Wow's name. Any relation?
No.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering. Okay. So with that being said, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And for TikTok purposes, how old are you?
30.
30? Okay. All right. Why are you still supporting Trump?
Because of the things he's doing with the Department of Transportation, which I'm an expert in, and in currently an owner operator.
Oh, so you're a trucker?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So give me a little background info. What's Trump doing with the Department of Transportation?
He's holding brokers and shippers accountable for using people that have, well, the FMCSA, directed by Sean Duffy, who was appointed by Donald Trump. He's directing them to penalize any company or broker that uses non-domicile CDLs while also ending and taking away these non-domicile CDLs over 200,000 from the beginning, starting March 16th of last month.
Okay. What's going to be the benefit of this?
I've already seen the benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Prices of freight has started to go up, especially in places like Texas for flatbed, which I am an expert in. I was doing a run from Midlothian, Texas to Fort Worth, Texas, 60-mile run for at least 275, maybe 300 on a good day. Right now, every load that's coming doing that, I was doing those same loads, and every day, ever since the 16th, those loads have been valued at $500 a load, which is almost a 70 or 80% increase in pay.
Okay. All right. And just so I can make sure of this, right? That because you said that what he's doing basically is in regards to he's just putting it, making it harder for people who aren't American citizens to actually become truckers, is what he's doing. And then, and that's benefiting you because what you've seen is an increase in your pay, right? Like how
Yes,
much you get for per load. I just want to make sure I heard you right.
yes,
Okay. All
yes, ma'am.
right. What do you think I'm about to say next?
Um, why do I hate immigrants? Probably, I'm pretty sure that's like the main thing people say. Why are you hating on people who's trying to come in this country and live a better life? Is that they're not looking at the same overhead that I'm looking at, and also they're a public safety risk because for a non-domicile CDL, to get one, you got to not have a permanent residence in the United States, which ultimately says that you know
So
a good
no,
chunk of
that's
them
not what
aren't
I was
passing
gonna
the
say.
English.
No,
Okay, you can go ahead.
that's not what I was going to say. What I was going to say is that your diesel it costs more. So you might be
Do you
making
know
you
what a
said
fuel
about an extra
surcharge is?
7 to 80. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you might be making you said an extra $70 to $80 per load, but
Yes.
it's taking you, pretty much it's costing you twice as much now to fill up your tank as it was last month. On
Do you know what a
average, the
fuel surcharge
diesel.
is?
No, I don't know. You can tell me.
A fuel surcharge is where the shipper pays you a direct cost, which is supposed to go to the broker, but Trump is also going to hold brokers accountable for not giving carriers 100% of the fuel surcharge. That is also changing. The fuel surcharge is when gas prices, when we're going through things like this, the
Mm-hmm.
company is supposed to pay you more for that fuel because it's limited. They're supposed to pay you a certain amount of money to accommodate for the fuel going up, so it doesn't really affect the truck driver.
Okay. So it doesn't. So wait. So what you're saying is that the shipper, so the people that you're doing the load for, all right, are not just they're paying more for the load, and they're also paying more for the fuel surcharge. But didn't you just say that you own your truck, so you're an owner operator, right?
Yes,
Okay. So if you're the owner operator, don't you cover these costs yourself?
yes, that's why they pay me more. It also gives me negotiation power when there's a shortage of truck drivers. So say
Mm-hmm.
if you posted a load on the load board for $500, because the shortage, I can say I don't feel like $500 is enough. I want 650. You can go and try to find somebody to take it for 500, but everybody's going to be negotiating with you to asking for a higher price. Is what you're going to settle for. Maybe someone is asking for 550, but that's more than what you posted for. It gives the trucker negotiation powers to deal with brokers.
Okay. So basically, it has opened up pretty much like better pay for you in your industry. All right. And then also, it has the potential for higher wages, which you basically been seeing, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. But don't we have fewer drivers available now? Because then in like 95, about 9,500 drivers lost their jobs once these new regulations came into place.
Well, do you know how many truck drivers exist in the United States, including non-domicile CDL holders?
You can tell me.
3.3 million. Over 800,000 CDL holders are non-domiciled. We have
Hmm.
millions of truck
But
drivers on
didn't
hand.
we already
There's
have a
not really a
shortage in the
shortage.
trucking industry though? Then weren't they already looking for like more people to actually do to work in the trucking industry because they already had a
The only
shortage
reason
there?
they the only reason they claimed that it was a shortage, it was not. The only reason why they claimed it was a shortage because what a lot of these business owners wanted to do
Uh huh.
was because they were trying to give people more non-domicile CDLs. That's why a lot of people came across the border
Hmm.
because there were certain avenues to own businesses that way as well, like getting a non-domicile CDL, and they can compete directly with me with these brokers. And there's things that you can do in the trucking industry, like build a relationship with the broker, to where that broker no longer posts that load on the load board, and if they do, they
Hmm.
post it for what that non-domicile holder was taking it for in the first place. So say a load is going 60 miles, but they only want to pay you $175. That seems off. That isn't even covering my
Okay.
operating costs because I have to factor that in. And then when I try to negotiate, they say take it or leave it. But now, without their non-domicile CDL holders, they're like, what price? I've never been asked in all of my owner operator years is, what are you willing to take it for? I've also never been called by a broker like Paul Logistics.
Hmm.
They literally, I didn't know they had my cell phone number on hand. They called my cell phone directly and said, "Hey, Mister, we have loads for you." Never happened in my owner operator career. Never. That is how I know what Donald Trump and Sean Duffy is doing is definitely working in my favor because now the ball is in my court. It's always been in brokers' courts and in shippers' courts.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. So what it sounds like is that it sounds like they don't have enough people. All right. So it's made the market for drivers. Like, why do people on YouTube do that? Hold on one moment.
Call
Yes,
from
ma'am.
Hi, my name is Matthew.
Hi, Matthew. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. I'm on the line with the person on TikTok, as you may have saw. I'm gonna place you on hold. Okay. I'll be right with you. That makes no sense to me. I don't know why people do that. Anywho, okay. Go ahead, Shad. You were saying you said
Well,
yes to the question I asked. So what I was saying was that it sounds like there's actually a shortage of
mhm.
available truckers. All right, and then also it sounds like with the new tightened regulations that they do have, that is actually making spots less for people like citizens who do want to become truckers. Like is making the amount of spots available in the training class less. All right. But another thing is that if these trucking companies, like well, not trucking, but shipping companies, have to continue to pay these higher prices, I'm just taking it from a capitalistic standpoint. If they have to continue
Mhm.
to pay these higher prices, all right, to you as a trucker to get it from point A to point B, all right, and then also they have to pay these fuel surcharges, which we see that diesel is up by about $1.60 on average nationally at this time, then they're going to
Mhm.
have to pass that cost on to someone else. Where does that additional cost go to? All right. Does it go to you, the owner operator, or is it going to go to the consumer? Like, where does the cost go?
Well, the receiver, which is the customer, has two options. That is the customer who's the shipper is just the person who's sending it out. You know, that's their business. They got a lumber yard and they're sending it out to the customer. Now, the shipper could
Thank
go
you,
up in
Charlotte.
price to the customer, and also the customer can go up in price to the consumer. I'm just the middleman
You're
that
just
needs to get it from
exactly,
point A to point B. But
exactly.
there's two options for the receiver.
Go
He can
ahead.
either eat that cost or he can pass that cost on to the consumer. I think people forget
They're
that they can
not going to
also
eat the
eat the
cost though.
cost.
They're not going to eat the
But
cost
that's what
though.
people assume.
But it's not
But
what
that's
people
what people
assume,
assume.
though. It's not what people assume. It's actually what happens in reality because what we have seen in the past is that we have seen them attempt to eat the cost, and then the cost becomes too
Yes,
much because it impacts their bottom line. And so they do end up passing it on to the consumer. So that's what ends up
I
happening.
agree.
Like we can look at what Donald Trump did last year in regards to tariffs and see how the majority of the expense of tariffs was passed on to the consumer. More than 60% of the increase was passed on to us, the people that are buying these things off the shelves. So we see that. So while I am very happy for you in regards to you being able to make more money, I have family that are in the trucking industry. So shout out to you. Was hey, if it's more money in your pocket, I'm happy about that. Like, shout out to you, black man. At the same time, though, as a consumer, what I do know is that that cost is going to be passed on to me. And I'm going to end
Do
up
you think
spending
I'm
more
subject
money.
to those costs as well?
I do think that you're subject to those costs, but my
I
guy,
am.
it's a I guess you're doing a give and a take here. I mean, you bring
Yeah,
in more money
yes,
home,
that's
but you're also spending more money at the stores. And it's not just the
but
grocery store, it's all of the stores that you end up spending
well,
money in because a lot of
this
stuff goes
this
by
is
freight.
kind of what I'm this is kind of what I'm trying to get at is that as a business owner, I have to budget, right?
Uh-huh.
And there are things I like to do. And I think people are uncomfortable with managing their money. They see something like a Samsung TV, and when Donald Trump's put a tariff on it, which is pretty much a deterrence from you buying foreign goods, they raise the price of foreign goods because you can't put a tariff on an American company that's producing in America. You can't. Like, I don't ever think a country can, anyone can put a extra tax on American-made goods while they're in America. The government doesn't work that way. They will put the tax on foreign products, which will make it higher. That Samsung TV higher than an American-made TV. And I would say to the consumer, it's up to you. If you feel like you do not want to pay the tariff, that is of your leisure. If you have a
That's not
spending
how that
problem and
works.
a product problem, right? And you say, I don't want no other TV but Samsung, pay the price.
That's
That's all
not.
it is.
Well,
Am
I
I
get what
correct?
it. No, you're not. No. Well, I get where it is that you're where you're trying to come from in regards to that, like the what you just gave there, that example. That's not necessarily how any of this works. First things first is that the U.S. is not a major producer of TVs. That's the first part of it. The next part of it
Hmm.
is that even if we were to make TVs here, I think Emerson is one of the brands that's made here in the United States of America. I would like to know how many people have
Yes.
an Emerson TV in their home. But with that being said, the thing is though is that not all of the parts actually come from the.
But
Hold
you
on,
have two options
one
though.
moment. Excuse me. Not all of the parts come from the United States of America. They still come from other countries. All right, we know that to be true. So we don't have all the parts that are 100% made here in the United States. And another thing is think about what it is that you just said. All right, a person has an option between a US made product and they have the option between a foreign made product, right? If they like the foreign made product, all right, let me just give you this example. Please don't interrupt me. In January, just arbitrary numbers, just giving you an example so you don't try to
Mm.
get stuck in the minutia, all right? In January, the Samsung was $200. The US TV was $200. Let's say they're the same price. All right. The person decides that they like the Samsung more. So they buy the Samsung in January, right? It's now
Mhm.
March. They need another TV. There's been a tariff applied, right? The Samsung, all right, is now 250 and the US TV is 200. I really like my Samsung, so I'm just going to buy my Samsung again. Now I have two Samsungs. It's now July, and I, as the producer, the manufacturer of these US TVs, see that the Samsung still gets sold for 250. They're still outselling us. That means that I can raise my price. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to raise my price up to 249, and let's see if people will buy it. All right. Nope, they're
Mhm.
still buying Samsungs because that's what's been happening here in the United States of America is that we saw the increase in products from places like China, also Mexico and Canada, along with
Mhm.
different places like even from Vietnam. We saw the price like increase. We did. All right. But what we also saw is the increase in products that were made here in the United States of America. The thing about it is that people are going to buy what they're like. Oh, thank you, Lizzie, for the pawpaws. I appreciate you, love. Pawpaw. That's what they're going to do. They're going to buy what it is that they like. And that's pretty much the end of the deal. So we are not only eating the cost of the tariff, all right, we're truly eating the cost of it on the shelves too because we're paying more for it out of pocket. I think that's a bit redundant, but you get what I'm saying. So we eat that
Yes.
cost.
I think what I am saying, and I think you're missing the point on this, is yes, ultimately the price of the Samsung will go up. But if you've seen the plan that Donald Trump was doing with those tariffs, that he kept raising the tariffs and raising them. And what he was doing to the American people was saying, hey, he was trying to detach you from what you like. And Samsung TVs don't go out every year. Your Samsung don't just break down; it just gets slower. And like he was trying to get the American citizens to detach themselves from these foreign companies, so these foreign companies can be put in a position to where, okay, American people ain't willing to buy my TV that was $500 last year and now $2,000. They said, hey, that's too much. I can't keep buying that. I'll just keep my Samsung that I got until prices go down. That would actually hurt that company, and that company will have to bend the knee to Trump and say, you know what, I will manufacture inside the United States
That's
as
not
long
how
as you
any
take
of
these.
that works.
Well, that's exactly what Donald Trump was asking for. He asked for
Thank you,
companies that
Glenda.
work. He asked for companies like Toyota. Hey, come make your parts here. Apple in Texas. They're moving a facility in Texas. I'm a truck driver. I've took metal beams to AI facilities and to some of these
Did you
sites that
say
they're building.
AI facilities?
Yes, they are building AI facilities
Yeah,
in Odessa, Texas.
that's gonna. I know that
Um,
they are. That's gonna increase
oh,
the. He's trying to make people pay for their own. These companies pay for their own water and electricity and whatnot. That's still going to increase the cost for the citizens, the residents that live around these things, and it's
but
also
it's different.
detrimental. So like, but like, here's the thing.
That's a
I
different
know
argument.
that. I know. Here's the thing.
Can I
A lot
finish
of
my little
things. Oh, go ahead. You're
statement,
fine. Go
please?
ahead. Go ahead. You're fine.
So all I am saying is what his plan was to force companies to say, you know what, I'm gonna make it so high upon the American citizens to buy your product that they're not gonna want to buy it no more because it's starting to get outrageously high because of my tariffs. So now he's took the American consumer out of foreign companies' hands. And then he said, you know what, you're gonna have to compete over here in my states, and you have to compete in the United States. You're not going to be having your company over there not employing American workers at all. We need jobs over here. So you know what,
Um,
we want manufacturing, we want a strong economy,
I'm
so
so
bring that.
sorry. This is very
Okay.
idealistic because you know you just keep you're kind of repeating yourself now. This is extremely idealistic of you to think that it works that way. Economists would tell you from jump that tariffs are inflationary. They increase the price of goods, whether and that's even with them working the way in which they're supposed to work as a tool to spur and increase domestic production and purchase. However, the way that Donald Trump did it, we saw I don't want to say extreme because then we'd have to start going to like, well, what was the inflation rate? What we saw with Donald Trump is we saw an increase in the amount that we just paid, which means that they were, in fact, inflationary. Additionally, another thing with it is that Donald Trump himself doesn't even know how tariffs work. To this day, this man still thinks that the other country pays the tariff, and that's not how it works because who pays the tariff? I know you know.
The consumer.
Exactly. The
It,
consumer in
it could
which
wait,
country though? The importing
hold,
country or the exporting country?
it would be the importing country. But
Exactly.
I
So
would say the
continue.
importer actually pays initially, and he can pass that cost on to the consumer. So the first person who pays the tariff is the importer. The second person who could pay the tariff
In
is the
an
consumer.
idealistic world. In an
Well,
idealistic world.
am I
And
right? Doesn't the
also,
importer
no,
pay it
the
first?
importer does pay the tariffs, but that would be irrelevant. And the reason why it would be irrelevant is simply because of the fact that we know how business work, especially in capitalism. It's all about
Hmm.
their bottom line, them being able to make a profit. All right. So to show that they are this benevolent company and that they're going to do all of these good things, yeah, they might eat the cost for the first 30 days, maybe even 60 days, but after that the price is going to go up and the consumer is in fact
You're
going to
correct.
pay. We saw that with companies like I believe it was Ford, not Ford, it was GM, who said that they were going to eat the cost of the tariffs, and they did it for like 30 days and they were done, and GM lost millions, not millions, billions of dollars last year along with Ford, and these are American companies, all right, who lost billions of dollars last year. Okay. Additionally, another thing is that in regards to bringing all of this manufacturing back to the United States of America, it's simply not going to happen because we do not have the resources in order to make it happen. All right. Even if Donald Trump were to siphon the resources and just steal all of the resources all around the world, let's say we had all of the oil in Venezuela and Iran, and we had all of the resources in Greenland. Like we just took all of the minerals and shit. Like we had everything, right? It still has to get here to the United States. So that is a cost that is going to be passed on to the consumer. That's one thing that
Well,
people have to understand.
there
And
was
then
something
also,
you
one
said.
moment, I'm sorry, one moment, I wasn't finished. I
Okay.
apologize. Additionally, another thing, because you also mentioned the jobs. All right, okay, so we get all of this. All right, so we're paying the cost for bringing that stuff into the United States of America. Then what we also have to think about is the cost to pay Americans American wages. Now, I know that that can go into a conversation about, oh, you believe in slave labor, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't believe in slave labor. I absolutely don't. All right. What I do know is I know how capitalism works. And with capitalism, these companies are not going to want to pay Americans American wages. That doesn't mean that they're going to bring in migrants, but we can talk about how Donald Trump is trying to do that now. But with that being said, all right, they're going to have to pay Americans a living wage. They're not going to be able to pay Americans $10 to work at a factory for 12 or 8 hours a day. Even I'll just say 8 hours a day. Standard shift. They're not. All right. They're going to have to up that to at least 20, maybe even 25. So we have that. All right. But at the same time, you mentioned all of these jobs coming back. What we also have is the fact that we have Donald Trump pushing AI and automation, right?
Mhm.
So we're gonna have automated, we're gonna have robots doing these jobs. We're gonna have automation. All right, it's not gonna take 100 people who could work in a factory to oversee some robots. All right, it's not even gonna take 2 or 3 people that'll be able overseeing these robots, making sure that they're doing the job right. So there's that. So that's what I think you need to understand, that you're being a bit idealistic about all of this.
Well, I will beg to differ because you kind of proved my point earlier when you were talking about the tariffs and you were talking about raising the prices. And I told you that all Donald Trump was wanting to do is bring manufacturing back. Is that not one of his stances?
That's one
That's
of
my
his
question to
stances,
you.
but he hasn't been successful.
Right, because the American people are refusing to detach themselves from
Why do
foreign
we have to
products.
change our way of life?
Ah,
Why do
there,
we
there
have
it
to
is.
change all that? No, I'm asking you a question. You said that American people are afraid to change, like to detach themselves from foreign products. All right. Why
Yes.
do United States citizens have to take an inferior product? All right. Why do we have to do that?
Okay, so the word inferior
Thank you,
is
Elise.
saying that American products are less than foreign products, and
Yeah,
that right there comes
if I
from.
like Korean skincare, all right, why do I have to buy American skincare? All right,
Okay,
if I like let's go back to your TVs. If I like Samsungs, all right, if I like this Korean brand television, all right, why do I have to buy a United States one? All right, you keep thinking that some way somehow that the American products are going to be cheaper. No, you can even look at a pair of jeans right now, all right, like a pair of Levi's. All right, aren't Levi's made in the United States of America?
I think so. I
Let
don't
me
know.
see. I'm gonna search it. I want to know.
Can I finish my statement, please?
Hold on one moment. Ooh, interesting. Do 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 do. They're primarily made in the United States of America. Hmm. Hmm. But damn, damn. They're actually manufactured in Mexico and China and other countries. So can we
Yeah.
use Levi as an example? Let
Yes.
me see. Now I want to check something out here, because you believe that American
You
made
might be.
products are
You might say
cheaper.
Wrangler. You might say Wrangler. I think Wrangler is made in the United States, if I'm not correct.
Okay. So let's see here. Thank you, guys. While I'm doing this, take care of Simhar while she's here. She's our friend that's originally from Eritrea, and she's currently in Libya. As we know, there's an active slave trade happening in Libya right now. And the gifts that we give to Simhar help her take care of her family. So let's make sure we show Simhar all of the love. And let's just keep doing all of the good things, guys. We appreciate y'all. Okay, let's see
Mhm.
here.
No, it's
So
also
not
made. It's
even
made just like it.
GE and Whirlpool make all of their parts here in the
No.
United States of America.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm looking
So
up
we don't
companies
get
as
all our
well that I think.
parts.
Yeah. And my thing is this. It will create more opportunity for the American citizens to also get into such businesses like franchising and stuff like that if you can bring and make manufacturing more accessible, because if you have to buy products to make jeans from a foreign country,
So
that
I
is
just
not
looked at
point.
something. I
Okay.
want to tell you. So there's this brand. It's called Speed Queen. They make appliances and whatnot, and they make this. They make. I'm looking at a top loader washer right now for them. All right, and this top loader washer costs $1,499.95. It's the Speed
Is that
Queen
an American?
TR7. Yeah, Speed Queen's an American brand. So let's just say 1,500 for this top loader.
Mm.
I'm looking at a Samsung top loader, and I'm just gonna say the prices because it's at different stores. We have 598, 799, 599, 595, 648, 798, 598. That's Whirlpool. 649, 948. That's high. 948. All right, I see one for 898. All right, 799, 649.
Okay. So what I would say to that, I know the American, I wasn't, that was never my argument to say American made products were cheaper. It was the opportunity that I was talking about for that business to grow, employ more American workers,
Which is going
to
to increase the
also,
cost because their overhead cost is going to go up
can,
when you have
can
to
I, can
go
I
and
finish,
pay.
please?
You can finish. I'm just saying. Like, you got to think about the
I
things
got,
that
I
you're
got you.
saying. It's unrealistic.
I understand if that's not while I'm not leaving these things out. I'm not purposely saying, hey, this won't. It's just the opportunity of jobs, of franchising, of people owning businesses in America, that like you can franchise a McDonald's. I know McDonald's is international, but let's just say it gives just more opportunity in this land and our money stays here and not we're paying to a foreign company. Our money is not in our United States like it needs to be. And I think people are I don't even think people have the patriotism that they need to have about this country. They're like, so what if it falls? As if they're not going to stay here after it's fallen. Like countries can't bar Americans from coming to their country. And I think that people are helping our adversaries with these types of practices. Like, you know what? I kind of don't give a crap about and you know American companies in America for real. Let's pay those comes because things are cheaper, even though that means the demise of our currency and demise of our way of life in America. So what? I'm just gonna get it while I can, and when it's gone, hopefully I'm gone, so I don't have to worry about it and leave my future kids with the things that I've reaped and sowed.
Yeah. Again, that's idealistic. And the reason, again, it simply is. It doesn't, what you just said, it was kind of contradictory. Yet, Obi, Tony, you never request. What's up, friend?
Hey,
Hey.
um, one thing was said, and every time I hear it, it makes me want to jump um, with my backwards pants on. Because when we hear people talk about how money's not here and money is elsewhere,
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember when that song came out, but I'm pretty sure Jump came out. It may have been the early 90s.
It
And so
was.
talking about things in economic terms that goes back in time is the first issue. Not only that I take, but that modern economists take, and people like myself that have master's degree in science, right? We don't go backwards. We cannot bring manufacturing back, and we can have discussions about cost. That everyone that wants to bring manufacturing back, they'll lose the cost argument. You will also need to really understand the entire United States is a consumer based marketplace. And that in order for economies to scale, mature, and grow, they have to learn from the past. So we don't need to manufacture anymore because it's not a way to advance people. And when I say people, I mean workers. So if you want to advance workers, we need to talk about the wage gap, the anti-union and organization labor movements that actually put hurdles in front of American workers. If we want to talk about where our money is, we print money. It is always here, but this is now a global economy. So, yes, the dollar also gets to travel.
Yep.
And that's just the way it is. And I'm happy on because I know you know a little bit about me, but I have been working in finance for 30 years. I worked on Wall Street. I was a trader. I understand these things, and I have a master's in mathematics. So
Awesome.
I'm happy to talk about things on any level. But what I'm really hoping people can get from this is the young man that's talking does definitely have a lot of passion, and I appreciate that because that to me equates curiosity, and we need people to be curious and to be always exploring. But unfortunately, it's not going to work anymore because we've moved past industrialization, we've moved past manufacturing now.
And I also
Could
think,
some business
Tony, I'm sorry to
Yeah,
cut you
sorry,
off,
go ahead.
but it's two things. I would think that the US would want to focus on what it does best, which is basically computers. So stuff in regards to technology. So like the
Yes.
chips. But also another thing is that in order to get other countries to buy from the US, the thing that he said he doesn't want to happen would have to happen. The value of the dollar would have to become less so that our products that are made here become more affordable, because the United States, especially within the world that we live in, we can't isolate ourselves trade wise. All right, we have to have other people purchase from us, and we have to be able to purchase from other countries. So wouldn't the if the ideal that it is that he's looking for, where we're purchasing the majority American goods and we still have people purchasing from us, would that require the dollar to be valued at a lesser amount?
Yeah, we would literally have to allow the dollar to be devalued
Yep.
in order for the scales to tip in a direction that would enable this to happen. But given the amount of debt that we have outstanding, the one thing we can't afford to do, and it does happen minute to minute in the foreign exchange market, right? Like currencies fluctuate five
Mm-hmm.
days a week, but we can't have that as a consistent theme because we owe too much money to other people who buy our debt. And the full faith and credit of the dollar is what enables us to sell debt to lift the economy, though I would argue we continue to lift it in a trickle down economic tax benefits to the top 1% incorrect way, right? That if we wanted to instill the working ethic value of blue collar folk that were stripped out by Ronald Reagan and George Bush, sure, we could continue to go down this road. But the one thing we do know is it won't bring manufacturing back because to date it has not.
Nope, it hasn't. We're just not a manufacturing country. Like you said, industrialization is gone from the United States of America. And then also, even if they were to build these new plants, they are gonna have the iRobots working them. I make me laugh, but no, seriously, it's gonna be automation. And so instead of having 200 humans working these jobs, they'll have 200 robots with two humans looking over them. I think people have to understand that. But Tony, thank you so much for coming up, friend.
You're
Did you have
welcome.
anything you wanted to leave off
No, I
with?
just wanted to come up and share that. Listen, anytime you need a nerd,
Okay.
feel free to send out the bat signal,
All right.
and I will come. I appreciate you. I'll
Of
just be
course.
down listening,
All right.
because I really have been enjoying your lives.
I
So
appreciate you. Thank
keep.
you.
I have to say because we got a tagline now. Because you know
Okay.
my tagline. Please do keep being Superfly.
Oh, I will definitely keep it. Like, I will keep being super fly. I can remember that super fly. All right.
Okay.
Like, I'll get it
Thank you.
tatted somewhere. I don't know. All right, thank you, Obi. Have a
All
great
right.
day.
Peace.
Awesome. Drop some hearts in the chat for our friend Obi-Wan. Tony. Thank you. Okay. All right. You have the floor, Bag.
I think my argument was misrepresented in some ways, like about devaluing the
You're fine. Go ahead. You're fine.
like deva- like devaluing the dollar. I've thought about this opinion of mine for a while that I think Trump should do. He talked about it one time in the on the campaign trail where he was talking about, I think it's at Fort Knox where the gold is, and it hasn't been counted in a long time. And the last time it was counted, we had over 1,144.6 million ounces of gold the last time it was counted. And when I look at the stock market, even though I'm invested in gold, gold is ranked right now at about almost $5,000 per ounce.
Hasn't the value of
And
gold and silver gone down though since this whole
no,
war
it
has taken place?
no, ma'am. It's actually going up still. It has come down for a little bit at the first beginning because every, stocks and like the whole stock market, it goes up and
Yeah.
down, up and down, up and down constantly.
Yeah,
So
because
I
it
think
was
people kind of
high.
nip.
Because it was high. All right. It was high at the beginning of the year. And I know that we saw like a surge right before the
Hmm.
war. And now what we're seeing is that it's gone down between 13 to 18%. So it is down. So it's
Well,
it's going down, and so is silver. So
um,
yeah.
I would argue after this, and this is a conspiracy theory of mine. You may not agree. He talked about visiting Fort Knox and going back to the gold standard. I approve that message, but I'm turned down because he doesn't talk about it enough. Because the
But
skyrocketing of gold.
but let's be honest about certain things though. Like listen, I'm be perfectly honest with you. The economy and all that shit is not really my jazz. So please be appreciative that I'm even entertaining you. All right, but if I'm gonna entertain you, just be honest. All right, it literally had it like shot up, reaching its peak actually in January, not right before the war. We saw a surge right before the war, but it hit its peak in January. All right, and now it's going through a natural correction, and we do see that it is going down. All right. 13 to over 18%. We see that it's going down. Just be honest about these things. Like, don't tell
I
me that
didn't
it's
say
not
it did.
going
I
down
didn't
when we
say it
see
don't.
that it
I
is.
didn't say it wasn't going down.
You
I
did.
was saying that. I was saying that the value of gold, even at what it's at now, I think it's at 4,600. 4,600. It was almost at 49 not too long ago. And I would say that if he went back to the gold standard, you would multiply 40, even today, 46,000 times 1,100, I mean 144 million.6. That's for every ounce. We would have trillions,
Gold
multi trill
is gold a
gold.
finite? Is it a finite or infinite resource?
It's a finite
It's a
resource.
finite
What I am
resource, exactly. So if it's a finite
Wh-
resource, eventually at some point it's
and
going to
so
do
is
what?
oil. And so is oil. Oil is not unlimited, is it not?
And that's why there's a push to electric vehicles. I know not in the U.S. We've seen the increase, a slight increase in sales. I think it was about like
Hmm.
maybe 25%, I believe was the number in sales in 2025. All right. But we can see like across the pond in Europe, all right, we can see that electric vehicles are actually becoming the standard. So we see that over there. We don't
I'm not
see.
arguing that.
I know what I'm
I'm not.
saying is we move on to different types of things, and then but we do have to think about the lithium and all that stuff. So as time
Uh,
goes on and technology improves, then we'll have to see what it is, what else we can do. But, but, all right, we're not going back to the gold standard. That's just not going to
well,
happen.
the only reason I would say go back to the gold standard, it would immediately get us out of debt. The national debt could be gone
Thank you for the
overnight.
cake.
We would actually be at a trillions of dollars surplus of money, and our money would be backed by gold. I'm not saying that people have to have gold to purchase things. The US dollar just would be strengthened overnight. Yes, I know that because it's a finite resource, it could cause inflation. I would just have a warning to the American people. Be frugal and budget correctly. If they
Why
do
do we
these
have to
things,
change our whole economic system? And like, why do we have to
we've
change
done it
that?
before.
I know, I know,
We've
no,
done
no.
it
We
before.
done it before. Prior to, all right, prior to, all right, industrialization, we did it before. So we
Yeah.
function off of oil. All right, so the fiat currency right now, petrodollar, all that jazz. Okay, so
Yeah.
with that being said, right? With that being said, why do we
Is
have
it that
to
not your biggest
change?
concern?
Hold on one moment. Why do we have to change all of that when we could just write in policy, tax policy, all right, that
Yeah.
would actually benefit the American people? Tax the fucking billionaires, bro. Tax people an actual appropriate tax rate and an appropriate
You activated
effective.
my trap card.
This, God, here we go. Now we're gonna have to talk about how that's gonna not make
You
corporations and
activate?
all that stuff.
No,
Here
no,
we
no,
go.
no, no. You activated my trap card because one thing people think, I think this is a slogan from Democrats: tax the rich, tax the rich, tax the rich. Donald Trump in 2016 election exposed something that I really didn't wasn't privy to because I was poor. And he told Hillary Clinton something after she accused him of something like not paying his taxes. And he told her, hey, if you wanted me to pay taxes, how about you change the tax code? But you won't because you and all your billionaire donors benefit from the same thing. What I'm telling you, even though you tax the rich, the Democrats are in the policies that they create are not changing the tax code. They're changing the percentages in which billionaires need to pay. But if they all have all of these loopholes to where they never actually pay the percentage, you never tax them. It isn't something like the billionaires are not paying taxes because they're doing tax evasion. That's why they're not going to jail because it's legal loopholes to not pay taxes. You have to have assets to do those things. And people that don't have assets think that these people with assets are cheating the system, not paying their fair share. And that is how the Democratic Party lies to its constituents as if they're actually going to do something like that. And when they do, that it isn't going to affect the middle class. It isn't going to shrink what the middle class makes because if they're not paying their taxes, if they have LLCs, trust funds, and all of these things to where they actually don't make income, who is the closest person to making that income that would increase that's in that increase in tax? Who would that be passed off to?
Huh? I'm sorry. What?
Who would it be passed off to if
when you
billionaires could just hide
when I
all of their
say
money?
tax the when I say change the tax code, do you think that it's just about pretty much just saying, okay, hey billionaires, now you have to pay 50% in taxes? Do you think that's it, or do you think that it also includes actually changing the tax code? So that means closing the loopholes.
Well, do you think the party in which you represent is actually for changing the tax codes? Because they
Some of them
never
are.
have
I
been.
don't say Democrats are. I would say more people who are progressive are. Let
They're
me do a
not.
quick mod announcement. Actually, yeah, they are. Look at people like Bernie and AOC. Look at even people like Jasmine Crockett. Like, come on. Let's go ahead and do this here. All right. It is 1:58 p.m. So this is as of 1:58 p.m. All right. Chat, take a look at the screen, and we'll go from there. All right. All right. 0 out of 100 is what we have, and some Uncle Tio Julio, which I think I might actually do. This is what I get for trying to do this sober. This is on me, not on you guys. That one's on me. So I'll take care of the last part. But with that being said, let's make sure we're doing all of the good things, guys. Let's keep tapping the screen, sharing the live. All right, reposting. If you're over on the tube, make sure that you are liking and subscribing. Also, guys, also another thing, all right, is make sure we're taking care of Simhar while she is here. Again, she's our friend that is originally from Eritrea, and she's currently she's currently in Libya, where there is, sadly, an active slave trade happening. And us gifting Simhar is how we get to help her and help her family. So she uses the coins here that she gets on TikTok to help her family, guys. So let's just do all of the good things. All right. Also, if you want to contribute to, I keep turning this on Do Not Disturb, but it keeps going off. I'm just gonna hang up. All right, they'll call back once it's available. Okay. So let's just keep doing all of the good things, guys. All of the good things. And if you are a Trump supporter, request up. You are the demographic of people I like to have a conversation with. Thank you all so very much. All right. With that being said, what? All right, what is the point of all this? Because we started first with you being happy about you making more money, but we already concluded
Hmm.
that that cost is going to go on to the is going to go to the consumer. All right. Then
Hmm.
we went to the part about how tariffs are in fact inflationary. We even looked at real time examples between like a washing machine made by Samsung, a Korean company, and Speed Queen is called. That is a U.S. manufacturer, and we saw that the US manufacturer is the one, all right, that actually costs more even now. So, and now what we're talking about is tax loopholes. Okay, close the tax loopholes. All right, close them. Okay,
Why has
and
there been
you
no
hold on one
legislation
moment.
produced by a
Okay,
Democrat to
so
do that?
because who has been in charge? Who has been in charge? Who has been in power? All right, in the seat of the government. All right, when the tax codes could be changed. Because what I do know is that Joe Biden, for companies that made over $1 billion in profit, what Joe Biden did is charge them a mandatory 15% corporate tax rate. He charged a mandatory 15%. So Biden did do that to mitigate the decrease in taxes that they got in the Trump administration. Because Trump took the tax rate, I believe it was like from 28% down to 21%. All right. And Joe Biden, what he said is at minimum, you would have to pay, all right, that 15%,
On top of the 21?
not on top of the 21 at minimum. And so that was because of what? Tax loopholes. That's why. So we have that part. Okay. But I do want you to answer this question though. All right. The last two tax plans, all right, that we have gotten
Hmm.
into place,
Yes.
who was in control of Congress and who was at the seat of the executive branch?
Donald Trump and the Republicans.
Okay, great. All right, awesome. Whenever we have taxes, all right, whenever we have taxes that are more so for the benefit of the rich and corporations, all right, so I'm just going to say trickle down economics. All right, so whenever
Hmm.
we have those types of tax policies, who have put them into place?
It, wait, say it again.
Trickle down economics. You know what
Oh
that
wait, no,
is.
no, no. Yeah. That would be
Who
Republicans. But can I ask
exactly?
you a
So they
question?
haven't been of any help. All right, Obama tried to increase the corporate tax rate, but he was stopped by the legislative branch, which was ruled by
Mm.
Republicans. Okay, so we're only looking at modern history here. We can go back to the 80s with the first iteration of trickle down economics, which was Reagan. And then Bush Sr. kept Reagan's tax policy in place. And then Clinton
Mm.
came in. What did Clinton do with the omnibus bill? What did Clinton do?
I don't remember. I don't
You
even
don't
think I was.
remember?
I was a kid. I
Clinton
was a kid.
took the corporate tax rate and he actually raised it to 35%. That's what Clinton did. He
Uh,
raised it to 35%. Clinton also cut taxes for the middle class and the working class. What did we have at the end of Clinton's term when it came to our budget?
we had a surplus. I remember
Exactly.
that.
Exactly.
So
So we
can I ask
actually
you a
do,
question?
we actually see that it does work, that
I'm answering all of your
Democratic,
questions.
they do. I know, but hold on, I'm gonna let you answer it. I'm not finished though. We see that Democratic economic policies actually do work. We do work. And it's actually for the benefit of American citizens, the working and the middle class, because even with Joe Biden, what we started to see the wealth gap actually get smaller because people were, in fact, making more money under Joe Biden when it came to their wages. We started to see that. But what's your question?
My question is, when it was time to change the tax codes, you can go to the United States National Archives.gov. What legislation was posed by Democrats to get rid of tax codes? Because you still could have proposed something. It's not that just because you're not in power, even though the House, the majority leader in the House dictates what gets to the floor, you still can propose things, and they're all documented and recorded. That is my proof that Democrats actually don't write any legislation to actually get rid of tax codes because there aren't any.
Where did you say we can go for this?
U.S. National Archives.gov. It shows you every sitting Congress member and every sitting senator year after year, any legislation that has ever been brought to the floor, ever been written up and proposed, failed, passed into law, is where all our laws are
How often
collected
do
at.
we get to change the actual how often do we get to change the tax code?
I'm not asking for the end result. Did it happen? Did they
No,
get
no,
to
no, 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 no,
change
no,
the?
no, 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 no,
You never really
no,
answered my question.
no, no, no. I'm asking you a question because the tax code that we get,
I
all
answered
right,
all of your
hold on one moment. It
questions.
stays with us for 8 years, right? It
Yes,
stays with us for 8 years. So Biden couldn't change it, could he?
that's not. Can
No,
you
just
please
I'm just
answer my
no,
question?
I
I
am
asked you a
answering your
specific
question.
question. No, but
You're wanting me to take a look to see when there was any type of legislation produced, all right, to see
mhm.
when tax code could be changed is what you're wanting to. Okay, what I'm gonna do is
No,
I'm
that's
gonna
not. No, no,
grant
no,
it.
no, no. You're straw man.
No,
You're straw manning my
okay, I'm
argument.
straw
I'm
manning
not
you
saying.
now.
Yes, absolutely. I've said that in good faith, Democrats could have held a stance. It doesn't matter if it was going to work or
Hmm.
not, but they didn't even try to make any legislation to to change the actual tax codes to produce to Republicans at all. Not even under the Joe Biden administration. Not up under the even though they couldn't even change it, so it would have been they, Democrats like to hold stances. So they could have created legislation and said, see, the Republicans don't want to change the tax codes because they have not produced any one of those types of things because both of them don't want to change the tax codes. The Democrats are like a fox in a hen house. The Republicans are like a wolf. They're telling you, we want these loopholes. We don't want to pay high taxes. That's what Republicans are telling you. Democrats are saying tax the rich, but they also don't want to pay those high taxes. And they're not writing up legislation to get rid of those loopholes. So who is really deceiving the people?
Hmm. One moment. Give me a moment. Hmm. There we go. Let's see here. I'm reading something from the Tax Policy Center. Give me a second. So, in 2013, Senate Democrats actually had a list of tax loopholes that they wanted to close as part of the budget package. But doesn't seem that it got far because it was Republican control and it was struck down. Let's keep reading. I'm gonna keep
Yes.
reading here. But you just said that they haven't done it. Is what you just said. So
I'm
now
talking
hold up.
about from
No,
the Trump
this
administration on up.
oh, the Trump administration on up. Though these tax
Yes,
loopholes
that's
have
why
been
I have named all
have
three of
been in
those.
place for decades now. These tax
Yes.
loopholes have been in decades. So the same ones that have been in play since 2017, all right, were in play in 2013. They were in play in 1986. They were in
And
play
who
in
wrote up this legislation?
1996. So what are we
Who wrote up
doing
this
here?
legislation? Who produced the
I
legislation? Can
said
you
I'm
produce
reading
the name?
over it. Give me one moment.
Okay.
I'm not using AI. I'm actually reading an article.
I
Thank you
wasn't.
very much.
If, I haven't used my
And then
computer at all.
also another thing, I also mentioned for you already the fact. Thank you, Tony, for that. I appreciate you, Obi-Wan Fact, Tony. Drop some hearts in the chat for all of our gifters, guys. Oh, also, guys, 52. 52, all right, that means 48 away. 48 away, links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name, PayPal and Venmo. Also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9 at gmail.com. All right, and if you're over on the tube, you can send a super chat. All right. Thank you all so very much because everything is appreciated. All right. And most definitely accepted. All right. And also, I am enduring this fucking god awful conversation about economics, which I think is absolutely so riveting. It's so riveting, guys. It's very riveting. All right.
I can leave so you can get
All right.
another
Let me
guest
see
if you,
here.
you know.
If not Trump, who? I don't know when that came in. Basically, laws now, which immediately. Okay. So let's see here. Let me go back to the article. Give me one moment.
It's an article.
Yeah, it's actually an article, and it's likely going to
From
go back.
where?
Oh, I'm reading it from Politico. And the document. Oh, is that your copium laugh? Is that what that is?
No,
You're laughing because of the cope.
it's a left leaning source.
This is
I'm telling you to go
actually
to
it. Literally
a
came
National
from the Tax
Archives.
Policy Center, our
Uh,
aid, and then what we
I'm
have to
pull out my
look at is
secondary
we have to
device.
get the list. Thank you very much. Are you okay?
I'm gonna look up actual on the archives to see if anything was actually produced. Because what I've learned
You
about
say produce. Hold
Politico
on one
is
moment.
those.
If you say produce, do you mean something that actually went to committee? Because there are hundreds, if not thousands, if not millions of things that have been introduced, but they don't go anywhere. They don't even go
That's the
into.
that's exactly my argument. Is
They
that
don't even go into
how?
committee though. So what's your
Yes,
point?
but the National Archives record everything that is in committee, that passed committee, that was on the House floor, that passed and got signed into law. It
Does
collects
it
all
mention
of that.
everything that is actually introduced though?
Yes, you can go
Okay.
look at the bill. I wouldn't take an opinion piece. It's like a lot of these opinion pieces be
It's
lies.
not an
Like I'd rather
opinion
go.
piece. It's reporting on the news. Chill out.
That's an. You said an article. What is an article?
um there are different types of articles. When you read from Reuters and Reuters actually writes up an article about something that happens, that's an article. Not all
Does an article
articles are
ultimately means
opinion
that it's the
piece.
truth?
It does not
Does
mean
the
that they're
article?
opinion pieces. They're reporting on the news and what's happening. I cannot believe that you're about to try to do semantics here and you think that it's an opinion piece. I think that's
So
actually
what
wicked
I'm going
work.
to say, I'm just
That is
what I'm
wicked
going to
work.
say is that when you get sources like articles, that does not ultimately mean that that article is telling the truth. What is telling the truth is
No,
what the
how you can
government has
find
on a
out
government website.
what how you
Okay.
can find out the bias of a media company is you can use allsides.com. You can also use mediabias.com, all right, to run these things through to see how these companies act. Like I would never take anything for the Center for Immigration Control because guess what? They're highly biased. All right. But Reuters, Politico, AP, things like that, I could take those. So let me see here. Hey Hector, what's up?
When she step in the room, while the whole world.
Please. All right, let me see here.
I just came up here to do a PSA before I go live. Don't worry, guys. We're not beefing. I still love Erica. We just have weird schedules today. Guys, need you guys to do a couple things here. Double tap that screen till the hard bar gets full. There's 610 of you watching, and I feel like she should have already been at 100,000 likes. So I'm going to need you to do all the good things, such as double tapping the screen, share out the live with your friends and family, repost, add it to your story. Let's knock out the little gift goal that she has here. 10 more of the donuts will clear it before we have it reset. Send your daily heartbeats if you haven't already, such as myself, because I'm grayed out. That's kind of disrespectful. Hold on. Fixed.
Fix it.
I just sent mine. Make sure you guys send yours as well. And then when you're done doing all of that, you may also consider becoming a super fan here, or doing it over at YouTube. It's cheaper and better. But to those of you over on the YouTube side, make sure that you hit the like button on the stream, subscribe on your way in or on your way out. And if you'd like to support the platform, you may send a super chat or a super sticker, or check out the links that you will have pinned or in the description of the live or channel. Finally, to everyone, the best ways to support the platform is going to be the links in the bio, whether it's checking out ericaeffect.com, where you can get yourself some cool merch, such as that bruh hat, because that's exactly what I've been saying several times throughout this whole conversation. You can join the Discord community if you're a super fan or a member on the YouTube. You can check out all of the initiatives that she has going in there, follow all the social media platforms where she uploads videos or goes live on, or donate directly to the links in the bio. Erica's rocking the Zelle, the PayPal, and the Venmo. So if you'd like to say hi to her face, send a message, or just support the stream, do that. Greatly appreciate every last one of you. And W common sense. It's not so
Exactly.
common no more.
Thank you, Hector. You know we'll be over there. All right. Have a great live. I hope it's
The
going
nigga
better than
ran.
economics. Come back. Come back. Cause you know what I was about to say, Hector? I was about to say this. You know what I'm thinking to myself? Why the fuck are we doing this right here, right? When in fact, guys, I already mentioned the 15%. The 15% minimum corporate tax rate that Joe Biden did, that Joe Biden put into place. Hey, come back. Don't be scared of a man. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? I already mentioned that. That would literally be one of them. Come on. Come on. But we have to play the sound.
They went skedaddle. You know the word skedaddle? It means skedaddle. Somebody said skedaddle.
You didn't want to see that through? You didn't want to see that one through. Okay. All right. Okay.
Call from
Lewis.
Oh God. Hold one moment, please. Thank you. Okay, guys. All right, let's look here. Shout out to shout out to Shauna for the 15 for kick. Thank you, Shauna. I appreciate you, friend. Like, what the fuck are we even doing here? Also, shout out to Phil for the 2. Sean said trying to compare oil, a consumable commodity, to gold, a currency precious metal, is illogical. Even still, the total value of the gold in the world is 29 trillion. The US has about 1 trillion in reserves. US GDP in 2025 was around 30 trillion. We can't go back to gold. I told him that it wasn't enough. Okay, so if I may, I would like to know why they think that we could go back. Because he said that we could go back to it. He even admitted that it was a finite resource. So that means that we aren't going to be able to continue to produce it. But why is it that he thought that we could? If he explained to y'all, I'm not going to hold y'all. I wasn't listening because that shit was boring. Okay, there we go. And also, Phil, thank you for the 2. You sent another 2 and said, does he even know how a bill gets to the floor? No, he doesn't, Phil. No, he doesn't. I'm like, does it keep a record of what has just simply been introduced? All right. And it's not the National Archives that does. He was thinking of Congress.gov that actually keeps a record of track of all the bills that have been introduced on the floor and whatnot. And you have to be very specific with it, or else you would be looking for things, because you can get HR 147, right? HR 147 could have been introduced not in the 119th Congress, but also it could have been introduced in the 110th Congress, the 107th Congress, so on and so forth. So you have to be sure of which one it is that you're actually looking for, or you'll come up with something else. It's fucking annoying. Trust me, I know, because I've had to look into these things before. So shout out to Shauna. Shout out to Phil. You guys are awesome. Also, let's see here. Thank you to Obi-Wan. I got to Obi-Wan. Obi Tony. Thank you so much, Obi, for the $50 for Be Superfly. I appreciate you, friend. Thank you so much. Also, shout out to Bear. Hi, Bear. Is this Bear? Let me make sure. Oh no, this is Miss Barbara. Hi, Miss Barbara. Miss Barbara sent 50 and said for the kick fun and the evening cocktails. Thank you very, very much, Miss Barbara. I appreciate you, love. Also, thank you to Lacey. Lacey sent this earlier and said, does this guy not remember Trump saying he was placing tariffs on the country of Mattel, and he thinks Trump understands how tariffs work? Trump doesn't understand how much of anything actually works, so there's that part. All right, but yeah, if you show me an American that's not paying more out of pocket for all the items that they have, then I have a bridge to sell you. I have a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn, all right? And I'm selling it for $1 trillion. Links are in the bio, all right? That's all I got to say about that. Also, shout out to Flow Easy over on the 2 for the $10 super chat. Flow Easy said, also, we have rights and labor laws, for now at least, which immediately makes the price of things go up. Most big corps use slave labor with low wages and no labor protections. That is true. That's why they go out of the country in order to make their products, because here in the United States, not only do you have to pay an American wage for the employees, but you also have to spend money to ensure that you're within like OSHA guidelines. So there's that. Why does this person keep calling?
Lewis.
I'm just gonna keep putting them on hold because fucking A, wait a minute. Okay, anywho, thank you, Fly High. I appreciate that, friend. Thank you very much. All right, also shout out to Furious the Messiah Turnage for the $2 super chat. They said, if not Trump, who? I don't know. I don't even know what that means. I ain't gonna hold you. If not Trump, who? What? Trump sucks ass. I said that out loud. Trump sucks ass. Like, we could have had Kamala Harris. All right. We definitely wouldn't be in a war right now. We wouldn't be paying $5 at the gas pump. The average at the gas pump for the nation is fucking $4 here in Arizona. All right. We're paying $5 at the pump. So there's that. Fuck that. If not Trump, who? Kamala Harris. So there's that. Let's keep it going, guys. Do all of the good things. Take care of Simhar while she's here. And thank you so very much to all of our donors. Put some hearts in the chat for yourselves. You guys are friggin' awesome. Let's talk to Lewis and see what he wants to talk about. Hi, Lewis. Thank you for your patience. Are you a Trump supporter?
Oh, very much so.
Okay, and for TikTok purposes, how old are you?
49.
Okay, all right. Why are you still supporting Trump?
Mainly because of my wife. She's from Cuba,
Okay.
and she loves what's going on now.
Your
Because
wife is
she
here in
went
the
through
States?
with. Yeah, she's in that. Well, she's in better now. But
Okay.
she went through horrible stuff when she was younger in Cuba,
Okay.
and America's wonderful.
Okay.
I know you don't.
So
I think you all you got.
your
I think you all you got, but you don't believe it.
no, I don't disbelieve you. I won't take anything from your wife's experience. It's just that my whole thing is that okay, your wife gets to celebrate what's happening in Cuba because she's not in Cuba. She's not experiencing it right now. She's not experiencing rolling blackouts. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. One moment, sir. I was speaking. Thank you very much. I
Go ahead.
appreciate you. Thank you. All right. So she doesn't have to experience what's going on over there. She's not experiencing the lack of food because they can't get aid from like places like Mexico. She's not experiencing the rolling blackouts that they have experienced over the last month. So, like, yeah, she gets to celebrate all of that.
And I explained to you what her mom's over there, her brother's over there, and actually both her brothers over there, and they've been asking for years. And they said, if this is what we gotta go through to get freedom, we're gonna go through it. And we send them, and we are helping them out.
Yeah, Trailer Swift. Hey,
I know you
Trailer,
don't
by the
understand
way,
that
and
because you don't
also
have to go
Manda.
through,
I'm getting like 2
and that's
minutes.
fine. You don't get
2
it,
minutes.
but
He's
they
so,
do.
he's so aggy.
They have been, and the brother, I met them 2 times. They came over to
So why
America.
is Cuba
And
in the
time
state in which it's in?
you ask, I want to wake her up and get her up, but she probably won't get up. But they're gonna tell you because the whole state.
Hold on
You
one
know they
moment,
can't.
Lewis. Hold on one moment. I'm sorry. One moment.
Call from
Kevin.
Hey, Kevin, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes and no.
Yes and no? Oh, you conflicted?
Yeah, Oh no. Some things he says and does, I agree
Okay.
with. Other things I don't. But the problem that I have,
I don't have a
why
I
I
can't take
called.
your problem right now. I have someone else on the other line. I'm going to place you on hold,
Okay.
but just for TikTok purposes, how old are you?
58.
58? Okay, all right. I'll be right with you in just a moment, okay?
Sure.
All right, thank you. All right, thanks for holding, Lewis. Okay, Lewis, I need you to answer a question for me. This is going to determine whether or not we're going to be able to continue this conversation. All right? Can you please tell me why Cuba is in its current state? Like, how far does this go back? What happened to Cuba?
You're trying to take back all about the Cuban Missile Crisis? Is we trying to go back to?
Yep. What did the
Yeah,
United
and
States do to Cuba?
honey, we understand all that. But my wife
So
did not blame him.
if you understand all of that and what the
Hold
U.S.
on.
has done,
Why would you blame what happened? I don't do 40 years ago. Okay, 40, 50, 60 years ago. I do what's going on now. Everybody,
Okay.
every country makes
How old are
mistakes.
you again?
Older, a lot older than you.
I'm almost 60. How old are you?
You got nothing over 60 years. I'm looking right at
I'm
you.
almost 60. How old are you again?
You're 60 years old.
Yeah, so because are you trying to say that stuff that impacted you in your childhood has no impact on you, like that happened to you in your childhood has no impact on you today? Stuff that happened to you when you were 20 years old has no impact on you today? Hell, even things that happened to you when you were 40 years old has no impact on you?
My wife, okay, the fact that my wife brought her to America. Because what happened was in Cuba was when the Cuban Missile Crisis happened, you talking about John F. Kennedy and Day of Pigs. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes. Well, no, those are two separate things, actually. The Bay of Pigs and the Cuban Missile Crisis are two different things.
Hold on. Day of Pigs and the Cubans are just the same.
Yeah, the Bay of Pigs is when they were gonna have like Cubans go over to
Oh, dude, I'm
Cuba.
at.
Yeah, they're different
Do you
things.
know what
So
red put? Do you know what red put like? Do you know what red put and dry put means?
I know what wet foot, dry foot is. Yes.
Okay, it was all the same kind of era.
As
Era.
long as it's not
It may
all the
not be the
same kind of
same.
era.
May not be the same actually year, but it's the same kind of thing. You know what president got rid of that?
Obama. Do you know why Obama got rid
Thank
of
you.
it?
Because he wanted to get rid of foreigners. He
No,
put it
that's not what he
on.
wanted to do. He wanted to streamline the immigration process because it wasn't
Uh,
fair. It wasn't fair that
uh,
Cubans who were basically like in international waters were able to get asylum status in the United States of
oh,
America, but others they actually had to have
oh.
both feet on U.S. soil in order to actually
For my
become
wife,
get
you
asylum
want to know what my
status.
wife did? You know what my wife did? She came
The
over,
personal story here is fantastic. Again, I'm not going to take
and I walk in,
anything. Hold on one
in a
moment. One
warehouse.
moment, sir. I'm not going to take anything
You're a racist.
away
You're a racist.
from
You're a
your.
racist.
I'm a racist now. I'm black. I can't be racist.
Bullshit. You're a racist.
Okay,
You just
I'm
said
pretty
that.
sure you don't know what racism is. That was just
Oh,
that
you
was
want
a
to bet money on
stretch.
that?
Like, did you pull your hammies? Did you hurt your lower back? All right. Did you pull a shoulder muscle or anything with that reach, sir? That was super duper reach. Like, what are we doing? Why you do that for? That was stupid.
You're right. You're making fun of my wife.
I'm not making
Who
fun of
went
your
through
wife.
communist.
When
Who
did I
went
make
through
fun of your wife?
communist. You just said that you just said she went through communist. They couldn't even eat steak
No. I
over there.
asked you
You
a
know that?
direct question. When did
They
I make
couldn't.
fun of your
They
wife?
got the food.
When did I make fun of your
You're
wife?
racist.
When did I make fun of your wife?
You don't like Cubans. You just said that.
When did I say I don't like Cubans?
You just took up for Obama when what he did.
When did I say I don't like Cubans?
He said Obama did the right thing. When he took
Did
away
I say
red foot
Obama
foot,
did the
he
right
took
thing,
away.
or did I say that Obama was trying to streamline? I said he wanted to streamline the immigration process.
I've been married for almost 25 years to the most beautiful woman to ever walk the face
I'm
of this
pretty sure
planet.
she is. I'm pretty sure she is. And like I said already, I said I wouldn't take anything away from her experience, but I'm trying to understand where you're coming with all of these personal attacks.
Because
I didn't say any of the stuff that you said that I said. It's
hold on.
weird.
Because you all do
Weird,
personal
sir.
attacks. You do personal attacks on everybody. Like you know what they're talking about. That's what the left does. You never been in Cuba. And you all love doing that. You all love being on personal attacks.
You said we love being on personal attacks. When did I personally attack you?
You love personal.
When did I
You
personally
just said
attack
it.
you?
I've been listening to you for
I
you.
never personally attacked you, sir. I think you might be. I'm about to personally attack you right now. I am. I'm about to personally attack you right now. So I'm gonna need you to calm down. Don't say "see" when you've been attacking me. Like I think your own ignorance is your worst enemy right now. Like seriously, like your stupidity is literally your worst enemy. All right, like intelligence is chasing you, but you are much faster. Like, need you to calm the fuck down. Okay? Like seriously. Calm it down.
I mean, I just don't know.
Right, now I just personally attacked you. Now what?
I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna calm down.
You
Be
gonna
nice.
calm down now?
Because you liberals.
Oh, okay.
You liberals.
Okay.
You liberals.
You liberals, nothing. You just realize I'm better at this than you are. So I'm gonna need you to calm down and get back to the subject.
You're not better than I am.
All right, get back
I promise
to the
you, you're not
subject.
better than I am.
Thank you very much.
I promise you, you're not better.
I am. I just proved it. I just
actually
proved
went
it.
to.
I did. I just proved
No,
it.
you're not.
I'm better at this than you are.
I muted you.
You muted me?
No, you're not.
You want me to say it again?
Because yeah, go ahead, please do.
You muted me? That's what you did? Like, what do you want?
You mute everybody else that comes on here.
What do you want?
I want you all to realize that you all liberals are speaking. You act like racism. That you use that for like a tool. When my wife actually went through torture and hell to come to this country, and is better off. She does not like
Also, I
illegal
actually
immigrants.
I explained wet foot, dry foot incorrectly, so my apologies. Wet foot was if they were in the water. So if they were captured, I hate to say that, they were captured at sea. Then they were returned to Cuba. If they were on land,
Thank you.
then they were allowed to file for asylum.
Thank you.
You
Thank
didn't
you.
explain it either. What the hell are you telling me some thank you for? You didn't
Because
explain it.
you're
You didn't even
hosting
you didn't
the
even
show.
correct me.
You're
Tell
hosting.
me some
If
thank
you're
you.
hosting the show,
Thank you.
because
You
you're
didn't even
hosting. You're
correct it.
hosting the
The
show.
fuck?
You're
Anywho,
hosting. You're
because
hosting the show.
we have 8 USC 1158 that actually says that even those who are interdicted at sea can file for asylum. So they just wanted to streamline the asylum process. That's all. Tis all.
No, then he deported until this year. He deported more immigrants. Obama deported more immigrants than Trump did until the past year. That's a fact. Look it up.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Until this past year,
Mm-hmm.
Donald Obama deported more immigrants than Donald Trump did until the past year.
You telling me
Look it up.
that you telling me that Donald Trump deported about 5 million people in 2025?
Deport. This past, I think we'll go 25. When Donald Trump was 4 times in his office, Obama deported more people. He got on TV and told everybody he would deport them. If you're here illegally, you're leaving the country.
I'm sorry, I missed that. Are you saying that in his first year in office? So basically, the first year of his second term.
No. I'm saying it's both. I'm saying Obama was known for deporting illegal immigrants.
Deporter in chief. Yeah, we know that. Yeah, he was a deporter in chief. Give me 1 second. Give me a second. Hey, chat.
Oh my God,
Chat. No ableism. He's an asshole, but no ableism. I appreciate y'all. We don't do that around these parts. We do not do that around here, so no ableism. Thank you very much. I appreciate y'all. All right, Lewis. I'm not even gonna do the thing where I have people pay to drop you. I'm just gonna choose to hang up the phone. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you rework your argument here and just go from there. All right. You have a good day. Oh, he hung up. Okay, that's fine. Hi, caller. Thank you for holding. I did miss your name. What's your name again?
Kevin.
Okay, Kevin. Why are you still supporting Trump?
For two simple reasons. The homosexual pandemic that's going on in America.
The homosexual pandemic.
Yes. Is that a problem?
Are like gay people like this new thing that just like sprang out of nowhere? Like what?
Considering they only make up 9% of the population and they're dictating laws.
That lived like during biblical times, there were gay people. Like prior to that, there were gay people. Gay people have always been around. Like the Greeks and the Romans were super gay. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, wait, stop.
Pandemic is.
Do you understand what happened to the gay community? They had to be underground because they got killed for the act of being a homosexual. And
because they couldn't live freely as themselves. That is why, maybe.
Do you think that's not an abomination to God about them?
No, I do not.
You don't think it's an abomination? Why don't you think that? What's fruitful about it?
I'm so sorry. What?
What's fruitful about it?
Gay people can still have children.
What fruit
you know
lies
that, right?
in it? What's that?
Gay people can still have children. You know that, right?
But they have to then go outside of what they naturally want to do to have children. Because if
they don't have to go out to what they naturally want to do. We have artificial insemination. All right, we have
but
IVF,
you still need the opposite of that.
So much. We've come so far in how people can
actually
reproduce. Yes, we have.
We have not.
How do you get so far?
No, do you know why Kamala lost the election?
Oh, because are we pivoting now?
No, I don't want to pivot because what I called for, you asked me what my problem was. My problem simply is why I support Trump is because of the legislation that he put forth about dismantling the alphabet people's stranglehold that they have over
here. All right, you can
You
say
don't?
the gay and queer community, or you can say LGBT. Wait,
The
LGBTQ.
entire
No,
community.
God, you're making me forget it. I don't know how I'm just forgetting. I'm really having a brain lapse right here. It's making myself
You mean the
upset.
LGBTQ people?
Yeah, LGBTQ plus
That doesn't
I.
even. If
IA
you
plus.
just take words for their meanings for what they are, it doesn't even make sense. The
I was
lexicon
feeling
of the
relieved
American
about
language is being bastardized by a bunch of people that don't have the moral compass of a dog. There is where the
What?
problem really lies. Yes.
First of all,
That's
gay
why I
people,
support Trump.
sir, you're weird.
Or,
Gay people aren't the
no.
ones who actually call themselves happy. All right, being called queer, not queer, but being called gay back in like the 40s and the 50s, they were telling them that like as a slur. All right, because the original meaning of the word gay was in fact happy. All right, but they were
Yeah, we're
calling
not
them that as a
disputing
slur
that.
because the like gay men, all right, they would say, why are they always prancing around? Why are they so effeminate? All right, blah, 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 all that jazz. All right, they were doing it in a pejorative way. Yet that community reclaimed that word. That's called linguistic reclamation. All right,
Oh,
linguistics reclamation.
stop that. That's
So it
nonsense
has
you just
multiple
spoke.
meanings
The
now.
word
They
did
took
not.
that
No,
word
it
back.
does
All
not have
right, and
multiple
what
meanings.
actually
You
it
can't
does.
do
Gay
that.
still does mean
You
happy,
can't do that.
and gay also means that it is a male, all right, who is attracted to a man who's attracted to other men.
No,
They're
it does not
homosexual.
mean that.
Yeah, it does.
They took the word and did no. You're making things fit that don't
No, I'm
fit. You're
not. It
taking
was
a
used
square
as a
peg,
slur against
putting it in a
them.
round hole. It doesn't fit. It doesn't work like that. You just can't take the lexicon and make it fit for what you want it to fit for. What I said
I'm
was
so
we don't get off
sorry.
topic.
Wait a
I
minute.
don't want to
That's
get you off.
literally words are constructs, bro. All right. We don't
No,
give the
you're
words the
now
meaning. The
taking words
words don't
that.
give themselves
No,
meaning.
come
What
on.
are you talking about?
No,
What
words
you
get
just
meaning
said does
from the
not
original.
mean what boy, go read a dictionary. Like seriously, like
You
read
need to
like
go
the
to the
first
dictionary. You
page
just
of a
can't change
dictionary.
words because you want it to
Oh,
fit.
calm down.
So now I want orange to be blue.
Breathe.
That's exactly
Just
what you just
breathe.
said.
Breathe.
Now, blue to me
Hey,
means orange.
breathe.
It doesn't work like
Just
that.
breathe. Actually, it does work that way, sir. It does
It
work
does
that way.
not. So
Actually, it
anytime you
does
don't like something,
because
you change it.
we give the words meaning. That's how all of this
No,
works. We
okay,
give the
we
words
do,
meaning.
but you cannot change it to fit what you want it to be. So 9%
Actually, yes, I
of the
can, because
population
if
then
I
dictates.
start using the word, let me see, I'm going to just look at a random word here. If I start using the word primarily, all right, to mean second, when we know primarily means first, but if I start using the word primarily to mean second, right, and then everyone else, like the majority of society, starts using that word to mean second, guess what's going to happen?
You find a whole bunch of idiots to
It's
follow a word that
it's
doesn't mean
gonna
what it means.
change
You can't do
because
that. You cannot do that.
words
Words
are
have meaning.
constructs.
Oh, stop. That's some new age thinking. That's not how that worked.
What does the word
That's
woke?
how
What
did
does
you
the
get your
word
last
woke
name?
mean? What does the word woke mean?
To mean not to be asleep.
To not be asleep. All right. Does
Yes.
it have any other meanings?
No,
It
not
doesn't?
to be. You're wide
That's
awoke.
it?
No, it doesn't. Tell me the other definition of the word. What it means. Awoke. Awoke means to be not asleep. To be aware and conscious of your surroundings. Awoke. How are you just taking words and making them fit where you want them to fit? Like I told you, blue don't mean orange. And you can't make that happen. And you're taking me off the topic of why
Woke isn't a word, by the way. I want you to stop saying that, okay?
Democratic Party,
I want you to
simply
stop saying
because,
that.
I'm sorry,
Stop saying awoke, because awoke isn't a word.
awoke is, I'm being facetious lightly because of you changing words.
You sound
Now I'm
very
making words
serious.
fit where I want them.
No. You're not making
sound.
words fit where you want them. You're actually just making up
Yes,
a word.
that's what you're doing.
No,
that's what they're doing.
No.
The
I'm
word
not making up
do
any
not.
words. I'm using words.
No, stop. You're doing things that don't fit.
I'm using words.
What you're doing isn't making any sense.
I'm using
And
words.
you asked me a question. I called you and I had a question. You asked me what was my gripe. My gripe is the reason the Democratic Party isn't succeeding is because they're supporting things that aren't natural. They're doing things that are
absolutely
abominable.
Why are you still supporting Trump? The first thing you came
Because
out of your mouth
of
was other men's penises.
LB,
that shit is weird. Okay?
No, it's
That
not.
is weird. Yes, it is. Why do you care?
What?
Are you a
Because
heterosexual
other
man?
man's penis is
Hey,
the
are you
leading
are
cause
you
of
are
death
you a
and
heterosexual
destruction.
man, sir?
Yes, been married
Okay,
42
then why
years
the
to the
hell
same
do you
woman.
care about what other men do with
Because
their
I have
private
grandkids.
parts? Is their
Because
business?
they have to promote their agenda onto the youth.
There's no
Because
agenda.
if you keep, yes, there is.
I don't like
Because
the
you have to promote your
heteronormative
agenda.
agenda. Every time I
Why
turn on
don't
my
you?
damn TV, I got to see a
Oh
man
my
and a
God.
woman kissing. I don't like that shit. I want to see
I don't
two
like that
men
either.
kissing.
I don't
I
like
want to
that
see
either.
two men kissing. All right.
Oh, you
You
just
know
want
what?
to be
Hell, I
opposite
even
now.
want to see two women kissing. Why the fudge not? Why the fudge not? Okay.
Here's the problem that I have with your argument.
Why
Your
not?
argument is simply this: because there's no fruit in it. There's nothing that if two gay men went to an island and they stayed to themselves, when you came back, you'd find two men. If I put a man and a woman on an island, you come back with a whole community of people.
No, you wouldn't.
Without a
What
doubt.
makes you think those people? What makes you think she wants to have sex with him?
Simply because he's a provider and he's able to take care of her, protect her,
Oh, so by
feed
virtue
her,
of him
and
just having a
clothe her.
penis, she wants to have sex with him?
No, by the nature of his
No.
masculinity and a man's job is to protect and
No.
provide. That is
No.
his job.
You could
Yes,
come
it
back to that island and found that she may have like, put
Nothing.
him
She
6
can't do
feet
anything
under.
without the male.
And if she got
Nothing
hungry
without
enough,
the male.
decided to have him for breakfast,
So
lunch,
do you
and
believe
dinner.
in Jesus
I
Christ
mean,
as your
like,
Lord and
what are you
Savior?
talking about, sir?
Do
Like,
you
that was
believe
really
in Jesus
weird.
Christ as your Lord and
She's not
No,
obligated.
what I told
She's not
She
obligated
is
to have
You're
sex
right.
with that man
She will
just by
choose
virtue of
to
him
be
being a
with that man.
That's weird.
How are you going
That's
to get
weird.
what you need on that island other than that man?
What are you talking about? She can get what she needs on that island. How you know
She
that she
can't
don't
do
know
what
how
a man
to cut
can
down
do.
trees and shit?
She doesn't.
You're
She
weird.
doesn't.
You're
She
a
doesn't.
misogynist.
She doesn't.
You're a misogynist.
I am very much so.
You are. Oh,
I'm
at least you're an
chauvinist
admitted
and
misogynist.
very much so.
There you go.
Oh, I
All
don't.
right, I
One
can
thing
tell
I
who's
don't
going to
do.
be visited in the nursing home and who's not.
Well, I got two beautiful kids and three
I
beautiful
believe you.
grandkids
I
that
believe
love
you.
me
I believe your
dearly.
children are very beautiful. I definitely. So are the grandkids. So is the wife. All
Yes.
that jazz. That don't
And I'm
mean that
very
they gonna
successful
visit your old
financially in the Lord Jesus
misogynistic
Christ.
ass in the nursing home.
Why would I be in a nursing home? I didn't raise my kids to put me in a nursing home. I actually I'm a great provider. The Lord Jesus Christ has provided a platform for me to speak and a platform for me. You know, I employ people. Do you? Do you understand that
Yes.
the agenda that they're pushing is absolutely an abomination before the living God?
Do you understand that like your judgment of people goes against what the Bible says?
An apple's an apple. No, it doesn't. The Bible says an apple's an apple. An orange is an orange. I can't call
I
an
don't
orange
remember the
a
Bible
pear
saying
because
that
it's not one.
apples, orange, orange. But
Yes,
you know
it
what?
does.
I haven't read
It
the
does
Bible
so.
from cover to cover. So
You have
could be
not.
right. So there's that.
What does Second
You
Timothy
gotta ask me if I give
chapter?
a fuck.
Second Timothy. Oh,
You gotta ask me if I care.
I
though.
start.
So there's that part.
You don't. So you don't believe? See, here's where the problem lies.
Because
That's why.
what I knows about Jesus is that Jesus, all right, loved everyone. Jesus
What's that
didn't
got to do
hate
with throwing people into the
anyone.
pit of hell? What's that
You
got
don't
to do
get
with
to
throwing people
condemn
into the hell?
anyone to hell. Who do you think you are?
Yes, I do. I will be
You
judged.
know what?
Yes,
You said
yes,
you
I
voted
do.
for Donald Trump, right?
No, I said I got problems with him,
No.
and I
Did you
like
vote
him
for
too.
Donald Trump? Yes or no?
Not this last time.
Not this last time. All right, but you voted for him in 2016.
But
Who
I
did
didn't
you
vote
vote
for
for in
Kamala Harris
2024?
2024, I didn't vote for anybody.
You didn't vote for anyone?
No one.
Okay.
No.
Who did you vote for in 2020?
Biden.
Biden. Who did you vote for in 2016?
No one, because I didn't like the two people. But you know, do you know who King Saul was? Do you know who King Saul?
Go ahead.
King Saul was a king set
I know
to
who
the Jewish
David
people.
was, and David was fucking his
Yes.
friend. I know that much. I know who David was. Was his
David
friend,
was
like,
a very
Thomas or
loved
something?
man in the.
Yeah, he was fucking his friend. So there's
Can
that
you
part.
answer my question? Why do you think homosexuality has merit?
I'm so what the fuck did you just ask me, sir?
Why do you think homosexuality
What do you
has
mean
merit?
married? When you say married, what
Why
do
do
you
you
mean
think
by
that it has
married?
any validity to exist?
I'm so sorry. So what you're asking me to do is you're asking me to validate the existence of other human beings? Are you trying to ask me to justify someone else's humanity?
Yes.
Is that what you're trying to ask me to do?
Because you support them.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I can tell that you are new here, Kevin. All right, but here's the deal, right? Here's the deal. All right.
Do you support them? Yes or no?
Shut the fuck up. I don't know who the fuck you
Why
think
you
you are,
so
sir.
rude?
Shut the fuck up. I don't know who you think that
you know I got
are,
5
sir.
sisters.
All right. But guess what? Guess what? No one at any point, at any time, has to ever justify their motherfucking existence, their humanity.
Yes, they
to
do.
You. No one.
Yes,
No,
they
they do not.
If
They do not have to justify that
woman,
to you. All right.
If you lay with a man and you're a man, and you lay with an animal, you should be put to death. No,
and
they're
they
not.
can exist.
No, they're not.
The only
Hitler
thing that
was a
we
human.
should actually give a
Hitler
fucking
was a
concern
human.
to is if they're doing it with fucking children. Because here's the fucking thing about you, Kevin.
No.
All right? Here's the thing about you, Kevin, is that you are sitting here supporting the fucking agenda of a man who is mentioned in the files of a man, all right, who's one of the most prolific sex traffickers in modern history. He's a convicted sex trafficker at that. He's also a known pedophile.
No, he's not.
Yes,
pedophile.
he is. Epstein is a known pedophile. What are we talking about?
No,
yes, he is.
Epstein's a pedophile.
All right, and that's what I just said. Use your fucking ears. Ask God to ask God to open your ears for you so you can listen more than you talk. He gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason.
I asked you a question, and you want everywhere else but
you
answer
gotta ask
the
me
question.
shit.
Why
I'm
do
still
you
talking.
support
all right,
the
Donald Trump is listed in the
agenda?
e-files over what, 1 million times? They say 1 million times. He's listed in the darn e-files more than Jesus is in the Bible. So there's that part, okay? He's listed in the e-files more than Harry Potter is listed in like 6 or 7 friggin' books called the Harry Potter series. So there's that part. Like, sir, I really want you to be so fucking for real.
Did you go to
no one ever has to justify their humanity to you. I need you to really understand that. All right? Are you a black man? Are you a black man? Are you a black man?
Yes, I am.
You are a black
I
man?
am.
How the fuck are you asking for someone to justify their humanity to you when your fucking humanity has been stripped from you your entire life? What is wrong with you? You just want to be able to oppress somebody. You're fucking sick. You're fucking sick. Go read your Bible and die, bitch. Go. Tap the screen, share the live. Let's keep doing all of the good things, guys. All of the good things. All right. Tap that screen. Okay. Let's do that. All right. Continue to share and repost. Let's knock out the donuts one more time here, and I'll go ahead and change that. All right. Yeah. Let's keep doing all of the good things. All right. We love the TikTok shop. TikTok is the best app ever. There we go. Okay. All right. One thing we're not going to do over here. All right. I'm not going to argue with you. All right. If your whole point is for me to justify someone else's existence, sir, I need you to be very, very effing for real. Be for real. And then he had the audacity to be a black man? Are you fucking kidding me? What are we doing here? What is happening? Can't be real. Can't be real. Cannot be real. Guys, let's get Simhar up to 10,000 coins. All right. Let's just, let's keep doing all of the good things. All of the good things. Let's take care of Simhar while she is here. All right. Let's do that. Also, shout out to Cousin Jesse for the 2. Cousin Jesse said, dang, Erica, I didn't know you're a racist. Can Buddy substantiate any of those claims he's making with actual facts? Please stop using your wife's anecdotal experience as facts across the board. Exactly. That part right there. He had absolutely nothing. That was for Lewis, the first guy. What the fuck are we doing here? Also, let me see here. Hey, Ivan. Ivan sent 2 and said, why does the caller sound like a Timu Mike Lindell? Also, he is so ignorant and he talks as if there's some weird agenda for men to be with other men that are comfortable in their sexuality, should not care about it, and sounds like the caller is not.
1.
No, he's
to
not.
Send
He's
a
probably in the
voicemail,
closet,
press
but
2.
I never know. He's just a bigot. He's not in the closet. He's a bigot. That's it. But thank you, Ivan. Thank you, Cousin Jesse. I appreciate you both, guys. Keep doing all of the good things. All right, caller, please hold for just a moment. Thank you. All right, let's check over on the tube and make sure I didn't miss anything over there. All right. Shout out to Bethaset. I'm sorry I say that wrong. But thank you so much for the $5 super chat. They said, bro sounds like he's a Oh, I can't say that. TikTok will not like it. But shout out to you. It doesn't matter. You're right, because his mind couldn't make up for it. You're absolutely correct. That is true. Thank you for that. I appreciate you for sending Simhar that gamer control. Also, shout out to Mr. Melvin for the $5 super chat. Mr. Melvin said, it's crazy to me to hear a man clutch his pearls. Calm down, Smokey. Stop being so sensitive. He was a lot. He was a bit ridiculous. What a weird man. Just a weird man. That was so weird. That Bible got him in a chokehold. All right. With that being said, guys, let's again keep doing all of the good things. Keep showing love to Simhar. All right. In regards to these likes, I don't know what's happening. We've been on for almost 2 hours and we're only at 135,000 likes. TikTok, get it together. What are we doing? Tap the screen, guys. All right. Tap the screen. Continue to share and repost the live. Let's get these likes up to 300,000 likes. All right, and let's get into our next call. Also, if you'd like to support me, support the stream, the links are in the bio. Everything with Erica is the name. PayPal and Venmo. Also have a Zelle, everything with Erica9@gmail.com. And if you're over in the tube, you can send a super chat. Thank you all so very much. All right, let's see what this gentleman's talking about. Hi, thank you for holding, Manny. Are you a Trump supporter?
No, but I want to give my opinion on why I think people are Trump supporters. If that's cool.
Democratic Party, Erica, you guys claim to be the party of feminism and women in power, but yet you celebrate Pam Bondi losing her job. So these two things cannot coexist. Therefore, there is a contradiction. You guys claim to be
Rich is bad at her job, Rich. She's bad at her job. She wasn't good at it. There's
wow.
that. I'll be right back. Hold your horses.
Wow.
Hey, Rich,
wow.
Can I trust you to sit here and not say nothing stupid? Matter of fact, I have another device, so there's that. Okay, Rich. Like, you're not gonna get on my goddamn nerves. All right. What do you want, Rich?
Yeah, that was pretty much. It'll be a short argument because you should consider.
It'll be a short argument because you can't. If a person is bad at their job, they're bad at their job. She shouldn't have been the AG in the first place.
And I understand your position where you're coming, your response. But before you say that, you have to concede that there's a contradiction in the Democrat Party. You guys claim to be the party of feminism, women empowerment. Sounds all good. But then when a woman in power loses her job, you guys jump around and celebrate. You know, it's just contradiction. It's really embarrassing, to be honest.
Do you think that women in power means supporting all women regardless of what it is that they do or what they say? I want you to consider that. Is that what you think that is?
Eric.
Answer the question, Rich.
That's part of it. You guys claim to be the feminism, women in power. It sounds good. It sounds great. But then when a woman loses her job, you guys celebrate and jump up and down, jump to the roof. So it's just embarrassing. It's really embarrassing.
You're wrong.
But yeah, that was basically it. I've been watching Democrats all day. They've been celebrating the woman losing her job, but then they claim to be the party of womanhood and feminism. So it's just embarrassing.
Saying the same thing over and over again, and I already told you that she was bad at her job. Donald Trump tasked her with a few different things, and she didn't come through on any of them. So you have to think about that. He told her to go after his political opponents. All right, those that came after him. She didn't do a good job at that. They got indictments, but no one ever went to trial. All right, those cases were thrown out. Again, you saw the video. All right, Letitia James didn't work. James Comey didn't work. Adam Schiff didn't work. Even James Bolton, who did lie. James Bolton actually lied. They couldn't even get an indictment on him.
Wow.
Even they went after Jerome Powell. They also went, and that was recently thrown out. They went after Letitia James. I already mentioned her, but thrown out. All right, they went after the federal Fed governor, Lisa Cook. Boom, thrown out. And not just thrown out by anyone, especially Lisa Cook. That was thrown out by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said, nah. All right. So, I mean, she was bad at her job. She couldn't come through with anything. She couldn't get what Donald Trump wanted her to get done. She had to go. She had to go. Wow. Cat got your tongue.
The word skedaddle. You know the word skedaddle? It means skedaddle. Somebody said skedaddle.
Don't worry, Rich. Kash Patel is next. Kash Patel is next. It's okay. I promise. I promise. He's the next. All right, guys. Shout out to Aaron for the 5. Aaron said, hey, Aaron, black men always disappoint me on these lives. Gay left agenda. What happens to Grindr anytime Republicans meet in one place? Aaron, what I always say. Whenever the GOP is in town, Grindr is down. I need to make that a sticker. I do. I should make that a sticker. I might make that never. But yeah, I should make that a sticker. But yeah, also speaking of stickers, all right, if you are a super fan, as what they call them here over on the tube, all right, you now have access to a whole bunch of new stickers, me and my friends. Okay, you can look at your super fan stickers and you'll see that you got some Livingston up in there. You also got Mr. Itchy, Shauna, our head mod in charge, is over there. So is the Gooch. All right. Hector has a sticker too. Joey, Johnny, and Matt. All right. So yeah, there we go. So you get to use all of the cool stickers, especially when my friends come hang out. So by all means, do that. Also, as a super fan and a member over on the tube, you get access to the Discord. And actually, guys, who am I kidding? The Discord is open to everyone, actually. So check out the link in my bio. You can get into the Discord. Everyone's allowed into the Discord now. I open it up. Discord trauma be damned. All right. If any of you make me experience Discord trauma again, it's on site. I just want to let you know that. All right. I said that with love. Okay. With that being said, y'all, the thing about being in the Discord, though, if you are a member over on the Tube and also a super fan here on the Tiki Talks, is that you get access to our movie night, which is going to be happening not access to the movie night. I got to bring up my sticker and remember what the hell it is I said it as. I'm not used to this part, guys. I have a lot of shit going on. It's a lot of stuff to talk about. These commercial breaks are getting longer. Okay. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can tell I had some Uncle Tio Julio. Okay, here we go. All right. So as a super fan and a member on YouTube, you will get access to all the educational content first. So the shit that I filmed with the nice camera that the community got for me. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the loves. Y'all are awesome. Thank you very much. All right. You get to see all of that first. All right. So there's that part. Also, I haven't posted it yet, but what I'm going to do is I am going to post it in the super fan and the member only space. I am going to post the Adelita Grajava interview. That's what I do. I will post that conversation just for y'all. So get in the Discord if you are a member over on the Tube. All right. And also here on TikTok, check out the link in my link tree. All right. And join the Discord. Provide proof of your membership or your super fan, and you'll get it. Yeah, Adelita Grajava. All right, she is the House of Representative out of the 7th District here in the United States of America. Representative Grajava was the one that Mike Johnson was refusing to swear in during the shutdown. Her. Yeah, I got to speak to her about all of the warehouses and ICE and a lot of different stuff. And that is going to be available in the Discord after the live. That's what I'll do. Yep, I can do that. So that's your guys. That's your first sneak peek, guys. So shout out to y'all. All right. Also, every other Tuesday, starting the 14th of April, we will be doing movie night, which is going to be awesome. All right. So we'll be doing movie night. You guys all get to contribute, but of course, a super fan or a member will be the one to make the choice. Just please, guys, please don't make me watch anime. Please. I know y'all going to hate me. Everybody's going to leave. Oh, she doesn't like anime. But please don't make me watch anime. I beg. Also, another thing is that super fans and members will get access to voice calls and also the live kickback. So after the live, we can hang out and we can chill. That'll likely happen like on Fridays when Bubba isn't home, or like on a Saturday when John's not. I said my son's name. Ooh, his name's John. Okay, when Bubba's not home. So there's that. Anywho, I'm not going to watch a romance movie either. Fuck love. Who needs that? Who needs that? Link's in the bio. The link is in the bio. Hi, we have someone here. I don't know what they want. I'm hosting a live about politics, and I say we have someone here. I don't know what they want. Here, nap. Okay. Hi, L. Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
For TikTok purposes. How old are you?
I'm 19.
Okay. All right. And why are you still supporting Trump?
He's going to get rid of gambling taxes.
He's going to get rid of gambling taxes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, to my answer, I mean, do you?
Why do I care about that?
Well,
do I want more people to start gambling because they don't have to pay a tax on it?
It says, why are you still supporting Trump?
I know, but tell us why we should care about that, though, is the thing.
Simple. Because when you're going against a house that wins like 99.9% of the time, and we're gonna tax the 0.01% of that majority, I think that is the stupidest thing you can do to the people, to those who get lucky and actually win a decent amount of money. It's not. It's literally not.
It kind of is. It's kind of stupid.
It isn't. But yeah, I mean, to why I support Trump? Yeah,
because he's going to get rid of the gambling tax.
Yes, he is. He will.
Okay. Has this legislation been proposed?
Yeah, I mean, he called for he called for it in December.
I'm going to look into this. This is going to be fun. I'm just, because I just to be honest, a person who has filed bankruptcy, 4 times on casinos should not be making any type of like decisions when it comes to gambling. He's never won.
Well, I think
I'm just saying that's a
yeah. I think he has. Well, did you say that in a sense to why you don't believe that he will, or why he shouldn't? Because I'm sure he has plenty of like $1 billion friends who love wagering.
Let's see here. So he didn't eliminate the gambling tax. What did he actually do?
No, he called for the end of them, basically. He obviously, I mean, right now he can't. It's not. He'll have to do it in the next few months.
How did he call for the elimination of the gambling tax when what he actually did was he increased taxes on gamblers?
No.
And what he did was he limited the loss deduction starting this year. So he actually increased them.
Yeah, no, that you can look at the video. That's what I was referring to.
So you're getting excited about something random that Donald Trump just said out of his mouth? That's it? Not something that he's actually actively working towards, because there's been no policy that's been introduced. There's nothing that's been enacted, and definitely nothing that has been signed. But what he did do is via the big ugly bill is increase the taxes on gamblers. Do you not believe me?
No, you're right. It's 5%. It's 5%, but I think he is going to work in a sense to get rid of them completely, and not to like increase or decrease how much you have to pay or how much you don't have to pay. And I really hope, and if he doesn't, if it's a lie, then I will never support him ever again, and he would be the worst president. But I am really hoping he does that, because I don't think with any other
option. You're getting
option.
excited about something that hasn't happened. It's something that likely won't happen.
I think it likely will, because I think he needs as many people on his side as possible. So I think he's gonna do just like it's like no different from like pardoning other people. You understand? You get what I'm saying? Like when you have like $1 billion friends, $1 million friends who love gambling, and gambling taxes are not something that they want. I think that he will likely eliminate them to keep them on his side.
Okay. All right. So again, the main thing is that this is something that Donald Trump simply just said out of his mouth. All right. When Donald Trump literally says a gazillion things randomly because Donald Trump can't keep a linear thought.
Well, do you not keep those million other things serious? Like, do you not like take those million other things seriously? Like, do you not?
Not all the time. It depends on what it is. Sometimes we should go to your point, but for the most part, no.
Like a lot of things, like Democrats like to say he'll say like, oh, he called for the execution of some Democrats. Is that something you hold him accountable for, or like something he'll put on his Twitter? Like
So here's the deal, right? This would be like arguing a hypothetical with you, all right? I don't really care, because what I do know is that right now, all right, via the One Big Ugly Bill Act, is that Donald Trump increased the taxes on gamblers. So with that being said, right now, if you are a person that gambles, you are paying more in 2026, all right, on your winnings than you were 5%. In 2025.
5%, yes, I know.
Okay, so
but okay.
With that being said,
Well, we'll
Whatever.
see.
And it's not 5%. It's actually
We'll see.
10%. It's 10%.
No, it's
No,
5%
it's not.
when
No, it's
when you
not.
when you
Because they
don't
used to
net
be able to
positive.
deduct. I'm so sorry. Let me finish. Thank you very much. It used to be they could deduct 100% of their winnings. Now they only can deduct 90%. So when you use your fingers and you have 100, all right? You have 100. This is 100, right? How many tens would I have to take away
I
in order to
understand
get
what
to
you're
90?
getting. I'm talking about if you're not at a net positive. If you break even or lose, over the amount, I think it's like $600, and it is 5%. But if you go over that
Where does it
certain
say
amount,
5% at?
you can look more into it. I mean, I can find a source if you really want me to. But
Sure,
yeah,
really find a source because it's not. It's still 10% is showing here. I haven't played whole music in a moment. All right, you got it?
yes, I do.
Okay. Also,
You're
what
right.
state
You're
are
right.
you in?
Congratulations.
Oh,
You
it was
got
in 10. Oh
you really
man,
got
we
me
should
there.
have
Good
betted
job.
on it. It would have
Good
helped you with
job.
your whole gambling
I
thing
know.
that you're
I
so
should
excited
have
about.
bet on it, but the thing is, if you would have if we would have placed that bet and you won, then you would have to still give me 10%. But thanks to Trump, soon you wouldn't have had to pay that 10% tax.
God.
But anyway, you have a good day.
That was the most stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Hello?
One moment.
It went skedaddle. You know the word skedaddle? It means skedaddle. Somebody said skedaddle.
I hate it here. I really do.
Hello?
Hi, how are ya?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing well, buddy. All right, you enjoying the day? How's the weather?
Awesome. It's very nice day, but
Very
the
nice
reason
day. I know the sun is shining, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The reason I
All right,
support
let's
Trump,
go, girl. Okay.
it comes down to his
So, quick
policies.
question for you.
Oh,
All right.
yes.
So, for TikTok purposes, how old are you?
I am 17.
17? You can't be on TikTok live at 17. All right. Try again in a year, buddy. Okay. Anywho, Trump supporters request up. Get in the box. You are the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. All right. At least be 18 years of age or older. All right. And just know that if you are between the ages of 18 and 20, I will not argue with you because I don't argue with other people's children. I don't even argue with my own. So there's that. All right. There we go. Oh, that was loud in my ear. Hi, I'm calling you Siri. Siri, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
Okay. For TikTok purposes, how old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay. Why do I feel like I've spoken to you before?
You have,
I
like,
have?
on another live. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay. Did you come here to do the Phil Bro stuff?
No.
Okay. Why are you still supporting Trump?
So I'm a barb, and, I'm always going to support what my queen Nicki, does. And, Nicki Minaj is the queen of rap, so, I'm just going to support her and everything.
Trump supporters request up. You're the demographic of people I like to have a conversation with. All right. You are the demographic of people I like to have a conversation with. There's that. Also, the fuck? What's up? What's up? I don't care. Like, she accepted a fucking fake gold card from him. Like, they told her that it was what is that? What is the word? Why is this escaping my brain? It was performative, but it wasn't performative. It was not a placeholder. It was fucking performative. She didn't get. I'm a barb. I'm a barb. A barb? Yes, it was memento. It was a memento. Also, you spell momentum. I ain't gonna hold you, but it was a memento. Yeah, a memento. Shout out to Kurt. Thank you, Kurt. Kurt sent $2 and said, Rich Poor has been to the ER 7 times for getting a Lego stuck up his nose. My God. He said, wow, every time because he never learns. Oh, Rich Poor. Thank you, Kurt. Drop some hearts in the chat for Kurt, y'all. Also, shout out to Ivan for the 2. Ivan said, like the guest name suggests, I'm just going to hand him this L because clearly he has no substantive points he wants to give besides the bankrupter himself listening to. Wait, I can't. Wait. All right. He wants to give besides bankrupting himself listening to Donald Jessica Trump. Not Jessica. All right. Shout out to you, Ivan. Drop some hearts in the chat. Cousin Jesse sent 2 and said, Cousin, I'm from Vegas. What he's talking about only applies to a small percentage of the country. Overall, this is not going to benefit the masses. Sir, can you give us something other than no tax on gaming winnings as to why you support him? Yeah, Cousin Jesse, no, he was 19 years old. So there's that. He was 19. But I appreciate you so very much. Drop some hearts in the chat. And also I think I saw something over on the tube. So let's see there. Shout out to Mr. Melvin for the $2 super chat. Mr. Melvin said, Rich, repeating yourself doesn't validate what you say. Yes, it does to Rich Poor. All right, I'm gonna take up for my friend now. Thank you, Mr. Melvin. I appreciate it. Ew. Go on get now. Scram. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with these people? They're really, really weird. Tap the screen, share the live. I haven't changed the damn donuts yet. My bad. My bad. Okay. All right. Let's change the donuts to something fun. We did Mom Donnie Hess yesterday because I like the mustache. Let's do sunglasses today and see how that works out. I'm sick of these people. Hey, what is wrong with them? They're not well. They're not well at all. Okay, guys, I'm gonna let this person on the panel and let's see what happens here. Boy, sound a barb. What the hell? Good life. These kids are weird. Thank you for the glasses. Appreciate you. These kids are just not okay. I don't know what to do with them. Anywho, let's see what else is going on in the news today. All right, as you know, we did watch that stupid press conference today. Ooh, what happened here? It says Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth forces out Army's top officer. Interesting. Hey, I don't know what's going on, but I feel like I don't know what's going on with my face. I got to figure that out because it's like it's itchy, but I'm using the same product, so I don't know what's happening to my face. Let's see here. I'll bring this on the screen. Actually, do we have it at AP? Never try to eat a grape and talk at the same time. You might die. Shit's wild. Okay, bet. Let's see here. What? I was about to read the news.
Call from
Bad, B-A-D.
Bad.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Caller, are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, what up?
Okay, and for TikTok purposes, how old are you?
49.
Okay. All right, why are you still supporting Trump?
After all the garbage that's been going on, I mean, how can you not? I mean, honestly, it's like there's been no respect from the left. There's been no respect from those that support the left. Anywhere you look these days, I mean, the past couple of years, they've been calling for riots and wars and assassinations. They had no regard for anybody's life. And now all of a sudden, here we are in today's date with you guys still out here. Why are you guys supporting Trump? Are you just mad that you guys can't call him a rapist no more or what?
Is everything okay at home?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure is everything okay at home or not for you?
Yeah, what?
Because I have no idea what
Why?
it is that you're talking about whatsoever.
Oh, so every single time that the Democrats took to the news stations and they said, make them pay, punch them in the face,
What are you
let
talking
them
about?
know they ain't welcome.
What are you talking about? Who said this?
All of those Democrats,
No, say
they've been
some
calling
names.
for
Quote
for
them.
violence.
If you're quoting
It doesn't
them,
even
if
matter.
you're
You know what? It
quoting
doesn't
them,
even
you have
matter
to
what their
say their
names are. They're
names.
Democrats. That's all that
Yeah.
matters.
Okay, but
Do your
we
research. How about that?
can
You like to
quote
do
Donald
research,
Trump
right?
though, can't we?
Oh, what? Say that
I said
again.
we can quote Donald Trump, right? Also, hey, listen, I've had a shot of Uncle Tio Julio. How many have you had today?
I had none.
You had none.
Sorry,
This is
baby.
just how you talk.
Yeah, that's how I talk.
Okay.
I'm an
This
old
is
school
also
brother
just
from
how
the.
you think.
Well, I'm 49. I grew up in the late 80s and
I'm
early
almost
90s
60.
as a young teen. How old are you?
Almost 60.
Okay, so you should know when you went to school, you didn't have that language called intersex. You had different
I
language.
had
You guys
language
using
for.
pew pew. You guys using pew pew, this and that. What happened to your
That's
First
called
Amendment
TikTok.
rights?
I'm sorry. That's called TikTok
All
friendly
right, but
language.
still, you
What is
indulged
the
in it.
First Amendment, by the way? When it comes to speech, what is the First Amendment?
Yeah, it's freedom of speech, but it ain't just that.
Against who?
Say that again, baby. I didn't hear
Against
you.
who?
I'm
Don't
sorry.
call me
What?
baby. Against who?
Free? What do you mean? Free speech against anybody? What you talking about?
No. It's in regards to
And
the
it ain't just.
government. It's the government. We have the freedom to speak out against our government.
Yeah, grievances against your government. But it ain't only
Exactly.
that. It's your First Amendment
TikTok
right
and
is
YouTube
your
are
biggest
private
thing.
companies. They're private corporations.
And yes,
So
and people were sitting there
when
waiving their rights
you
to these
sign
private
up for
corporations.
those, when you sign up to use those platforms, you are agreeing to their terms of service. Are you not?
Well, at least they're being honest with people and telling them you'll be waiving this right to use this app, not like the United States Incorporated with the definitions of being residents and citizens. Do you know what a resident and citizen is? By the way they define it, not the way you define it, not the way I define it, the way they define it.
Sir, I say this ever so politely. Go to hell.
Yeah.
Like, just go to hell. Shout out to Kim.
Why?
Go to
Why?
hell.
Because they paying you? They paying you?
Who's paying me?
I mean, somebody's got to be paying you because I just told you I just asked you a simple question. Do you know the legal definition of resident and citizen as per the government's definition? And you're telling me to go fuck myself?
I said go to hell. I don't remember saying go fuck yourself.
All right, well, whatever. You said go to hell. Same thing. Basically.
Whose definition, sir? Who?
The government's definition.
Oh, I'm sorry. That wasn't the question. My apologies. I started drinking the same thing you were drinking. My bad.
Well, I don't drink.
Who's paying me is the question. Who's paying me?
Well, I don't know. Somebody got to be paying you because you wouldn't be out here talking nonsense for no reason.
You
know what? You guys
claims.
can sit.
Because like you came up here and you said that the Democrats have been saying all of these things like riot and all that jazz and stuff like that. You said that.
Okay.
And then I said,
how come
tell us a name. And you said, you know what, it's not important. And now you're saying that someone is paying me, but you can't name who that someone is. I just want to know who's paying me so I can reach out to them. I have a grievance.
Oh, you have a grievance? Okay, great. Check it out.
Who's paying me?
Just like you. Hey, you like to use that little laptop by you, right?
Who's
Why don't you do your own research? Well, somebody got to be paying you because if you're going to sit there
to find out who's paying me.
No, I'm not about who's paying you. About all the Democrats calling for riots, assassination attempts, and all. When what? Do your own research because obviously you're an idiot or you're a liar.
I'm an
can't be
idiot
both.
or I'm a liar.
You're an idiot or you're a liar.
Either or.
Because I hear you on here. I hear the way you talk to people, and then every time you try to fact check somebody, you jump on that little laptop of yours and do your little thing.
This is a PC.
And here I am
It's not a
telling
laptop. It's a PC.
you about Democrats doing all this. I don't see you jumping on no computer. You pick and choose your battles, but you think people are stupid.
You're the
People
one that
ain't
made the
stupid.
claim.
Yous are stupid. Yous are stupid.
You made the claim. Yous made the claim.
Hey, well then punk me out and look in your little laptop. Look in your little laptop and put in Democrats calling for violence, and then bam, during like Trump's first presidency, and then again while he was running for his presidency for the second time, when Joe Byron beat him, and then yeah, you know what I'm saying? But still, it is what it is. I mean, come on, you older than me, girl. So I know you used to hear the word hermaphrodite all the time, and now you guys are calling it a hate speech and a hate crime or a racist slur.
We don't actually
to
use
call
that
people.
word anymore because we got
we don't actually. Okay.
Doesn't language changes, right? The words we use, it changes, right?
Okay, still, when you were in school, because if you're older than me, when did you ever use the word intersex when you were in school?
Are you just upset
when did you
that like?
No, I'm not upset.
I didn't
Actually,
use the word bootylicious until Beyonce and them dropped a song about it. So
see how you change the subject? See how you keep trying to change the subject?
Saying, though, like what you're saying doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Well, you know what? I'm glad that we have video evidence going back to past since 2015. All you sitting there, all you liberals on TikTok and this and that, and all these other social media platforms sitting there calling Trump a rapist. Hey,
like, do you
calling Trump a rapist? Now you guys can't call him a rapist, so you guys sit there and say, "Why do you still support Trump? Where's the rapist part at? Why you still support rapist Trump? Why ain't that on your tag right now? Why does it say, why are you still supporting Trump? Why don't it say, why are you
try to allude to, though? That's the thing about it. So I don't know what it is that you're talking about, but I do find you to be absolutely weird. So there's that part. I have no idea what it is that you're talking about.
Well, you know what?
I know that it is 5 o'clock somewhere, sir, but please drink some water. Drink some water.
Nah, it ain't about all that. It's about you having no regard for nothing. You know what? You can sit here and do what you want to do, but when these kids, in the next 10 years, when these kids are in your position on social media and they're talking about 2 + 2 = 5, and if you say it's 4, it's racist.
You're the one that thinks that 2 + 2 = 5. All right.
No,
and my
that's
question
you.
is for you. Why are you so wound up? You're really tight about
because you know what? I don't know. Because you know what? Because you just get to people in so many ways. But you know what? When you get replaced, hey, how about this?
That's weird.
Hey, how about this?
So sorry. Do you have this thing where every time I start talking, your mouth feels the need to move? Like, hey,
I don't know. Maybe.
Take a breath. Shut
hey,
up.
check it out.
Hey, I don't want to hear you talk. I don't want to hear you talk. Be quiet. Okay.
Be respectful then. Be respectful.
I am being respectful.
Be respectful.
You're not being
then why you tell people shut up? That's what you liberals do. That's what you libtards do.
So how about you calm down? You can't engage in an actual conversation. Like I just need you to calm down. Like what is wrong?
All right, come on.
All right, like Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Anywho, as I was saying, all right, I think it's odd that you are, all right, literally up here defending a man who has been found civilly liable for sexually abusing a woman. All right. He's also, all right, a 34-count convicted felon. Additionally, he has been accused by 26 different women for sexual assault, sexual abuse, or sexual harassment. All right. Additionally, Donald Trump is mentioned in the Epstein files more than Jesus is mentioned in the Bible. So we have that part going on for him too. And you're sitting here defending him. This is also a man, all right, who has cheated on every single one of his wives, and he's been married 3 times. Okay, 3 times. He cheated.
Are you going to do the same thing with Democrats?
Women. I don't
Are you
know.
going to do the same thing with Democrats?
You would have to give me one. You would have to give me one. Name a Democrat, and let's see. Let's see.
All of them.
Name one.
All of them.
Okay,
do your research. All of them.
Again. Do your research. Do your
all
research.
of them.
What I do
and what court of law convicted Trump? What court of law? What court of law convicted Trump? Yeah,
York State
exactly.
court,
Administrative procedures
where he's
where people
from.
have no rights in those courts at
They
all.
have no
Their
rights
only
in the
right
courts.
is they have no rights in those courts. Their only right is to appeal that magistrate decision. Those administrative courts ain't even Article 3 judge. Those are administrators. Those
Tell
are
us more
bar
about
card
this.
holders.
Tell us more
Yeah.
about it.
Well, they're all bar cards. And when our elected officials get so swamped with business and all types of stuff they
Now,
got to
someone
do,
else tells
they
me to
sit there
drop
and
this
reach
guy.
out
I'm
to a
gonna start
bar
a
card
kick fight.
member
I
of the
promise you.
bar association. And then they sit there and hire that person to pose as a judge and wear a robe and all types of nasty stuff, but we get no rights in those courts. Our only right is to an appeal with the higher courts, but if you don't leave 1 inch off to the left and a half inch off to the
Yes,
right,
it is. Are you guys gonna
last
be able to
page,
send a note over
you
via
got to
email?
jump through hoops to even have your paperwork seen by these people. And the average
Okay, how do I
American,
need to get it?
we went to school with the Webster's Dictionary, not the Black's Law Dictionary. So these people, they are the
Can I
human
pick it up today?
traffickers and
And
the
what
child
time is it
traffickers,
that you all
and
are
it's
available
written in
until?
their fucking their codes, their policies,
Close at
all
7?
their
Okay,
laws,
great.
and the definition sections, which people don't even want to look at
All
their
right, awesome. Thank
definition
you.
sections. We are
Have a great day.
victims, all of us. And then people like you talking about, okay, you're old enough, you should remember the civil rights era, right? What did the Democrats do for you since the civil rights era? And you liberals think that they're gonna do something for you transgenderism fucks? If they didn't do nothing for black people back then, what do you transgenderism fucks think that they're gonna do for you now? They ain't gonna do nothing. All they're doing is baiting you in. We're gonna fight for your rights. Weren't you fighting for rights for like 10 decades and shit? I mean, America ain't free. America ain't even a country no more. It's been incorporated. And then you guys are sitting there, like, in the next 10 years, when social media is done with you because you're too old or you're outdated and the Democrats move on and the powers that be hire these little kids to run around talking about 2 + 2 is 5, and then you're racist if you say it's 4, and you call them in and say, hey, dude, what the hell are you doing? And they're like, shut up, bitch. Or they tell you some retarded shit, and then they sit there and play you the way you've been playing regular everyday Americans. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if I was black, I swear to God, I'd be so disgusted in you because you're a traitor to your own black people. You're a traitor, girl, to your own black community. Your black brothers and sisters, you turned on them for some chops. You chasing that liberal bag. And I don't care what you say about who paying me. Who is paying you? How about we get somebody that actually does a deep dive into you, because people been getting exposed over that, so they say, why don't you ask for? Because you just might get it.
This is weird. You finished?
Nah, you weird.
Are you finished?
You weird. Yeah, go
Are you
ahead.
finished?
Go ahead. I'll listen to you
All
now.
right.
Go ahead. You
I
can rant.
legitimately think that the 1,000 people that are listening to you right now are much less smarter, all right, than they were when this phone call started. You just gave the most incoherent ramblings, all right, known to man. This will go down as history as one of the most asinine, loquacious, ultra-crepidarian, stupid-ass arguments ever. You never said, you didn't say anything smart. You didn't address the fact that you are actually still supporting a person, all right, who was found guilty of 34 counts of falsifying business records. So there's that part. And then you talk about the courts of New York, all right? Oh, okay. What? Where people don't have rights in the court? Yes, they do. It's called due process. All right.
No, there is no
they
due
looked
process.
At the evidence. Actually, there is due process. You couldn't even tell us
No,
what
there
due
is
process
not.
is. Tell us what due process is then.
Maybe with state
What's due
citizens,
process?
maybe with state citizens, there's due process, but there's no due process. There's no due process with actual residents and citizens of the United States. You know what state are you from? Let me ask you that. What state are you from?
I'm from Zamunda.
Okay, you're from Zamunda. So you weren't born in the district of So you weren't born in the District of Columbia then, right?
I'm from Zamunda.
Okay,
Right.
so that
We
means
walk
you were
on
not
rose
born.
petals and ride elephants and shit.
All right, so that means you weren't born in the District of Columbia or the United States, right? Because the definition of the United States says that it's nestled in the District of Columbia. So I might sound stupid and like a dumb sovereign citizen and whatever to the 1,000 people that listen to your podcast. But if you think that I'm so dumb and so stupid, go ahead and repost and retag this and ask every other average American who don't clickbait to your garbage and that liberal garbage you guys get paid to throw around here and spit, and ask them to do some research. Or no, don't. A lot of people even already know about that
I gotta
stuff.
tell you something.
And then see what they think.
I'm sorry, one moment. I have to tell you something. All right. Auntie Bugsby wanted me to tell you something. All right. She sent a $5 super chat to say, "Here, Erica, damn, I'm paying you, a private citizen. Tell the little caller to watch his dirty little mouth when he's talking to his intellectual betters."
Oh, intellectual
Shout out
betters.
to Auntie Bugsby. Thank you so
So
very much.
you's are proper now. You guys celebrated Charlie Kirk's public political assassination. He wasn't just this. He was publicly. Yeah, you celebrated it. All of you
Where do
did.
people celebrate? Where do you want me to research that at? Where do people celebrate?
Yeah, just look it up.
What would they do?
Liberal celebrating
homework for you.
Put up liberal celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination.
But Charlie Kirk said that he would take a gun death. All right, he will take some kids dying if it meant protecting his two-way rights. Right? I mean, it sounds like if you die by the rifle. I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm gonna say it actually. If you live by the rifle, you die by the rifle. I'm just saying.
See, and then when Democrats were calling for violent protests, take to the streets, all of them. Google it.
I got one more. All right, listen to this one. Right? Listen to this one. All right. Because I've been thinking about it because there's been some recent news in regards to Tyler Robertson, the guy that they allege had unalived Charlie Kirk, right? They said something about the bullet fragments not matching, right? The firearm. I don't necessarily believe that this is some type of like conspiracy or anything of that nature, because to be perfectly honest with you, I don't actually care. All right, because they said that the shell casing did match. All right, it's just that the bullet, it broke upon impact on his bone. Okay, which makes sense. I get that part. But the thing is that I would have to say for Tyler Robinson, all right, the really cool thing about it all is that Tyler Robinson finally got Charlie Kirk to lean left. All right.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell you talking about, all that stuff. But no, they took him out. The Jews took him out.
Are
the
you
Jews
saying that
took him out.
Are you going to argue with me that Tyler Robertson did not get Charlie Kirk to lean left? Is that what you're about to do?
I don't know what the hell you talking about. Show me. Pull that up and let me hear something.
So what had happened was when Charlie Kirk had got that thing in his neck, when he got Kirk, he leaned to the left a little bit. Actually, it was a lot because he fell over.
See, you guys celebrating it.
That's not
You
celebrating.
think it's funny that somebody lost their life publicly for the world to see? What if that was your family member?
Laughing.
See, and you know what? That's why we the people don't have no respect for you people no more. And when Civil War hits the streets,
you people no more.
Hey,
who's we the people?
Well, when Civil War hits the streets, you guys can cry to us all you want, but Civil War. Because look, the Jews ain't just gonna have some greater Israel. The Jews ain't gonna have some greater Israel out there and displace billions of Muslims to take over all those lands in different countries out there. That first run with Gaza, that was displacing 5 million Palestinians. And if you don't think displacing 5 million Palestinians wasn't a shit show, then just wait till they move after Iran. Then they go to Egypt. Then they go to Pakistan. Then they go back to Iraq. And they take out all these other countries. God. They're going to displace. They're going to displace all these Muslims. And once they displace all these Muslims, when Trump's presidency is over, hey, hold on.
Take a breath. Take a break. Take a break. All right? Take a fucking break. Thank you very much. Okay, now that you've been able to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, All right. It's pronounced Muslims. And additionally, with you, sir, I have a question for you. Is there a conspiracy theory, like a conspiracy theory that you've heard that you don't believe? Like, did we land on the moon?
I don't know. You know, you guys like to blame Trump for everything since 2015 and up. But you guys failed to mention
Bruh, that's an easy
1776, the
fucking
War of
question. Like, what are
1812,
we
the
doing?
bank.
Take another breath. Shut up. What the fuck is wrong with these people, bro? They're not well. All right, guys. 58, 58, 58 to go. Go on. We're listening.
Who did the man out the house rule?
Who did the man out of the house rule?
Yeah. You know anything
Wasn't
about
it in
that?
1968?
I don't know.
How
Look
the
it
fuck?
up.
I'm so sorry. How are you asking me about something that you don't know about?
Well, because I want you to look it up so
I'm
all
so
your
sorry. Here's the
viewers
deal,
can
sir.
hear
Here's
it
the
and
deal.
actually look it up
Here's the
themselves.
deal. Here's
Because
the
every
deal.
time you people have
Sir, here's the thing,
discussions,
right?
you guys just
take another break, because that's another pivot. Every pivot is a concession. All right, here's the thing. I know that I'm smarter than you. All right. So if I ask you about something, it's because I do already know. And then if the person tells me that they don't know, guess what I can do? I can tell them about it. I really, really can. You ask me
yeah, but your
about the
viewers
man in the
don't listen
house.
to it.
You ask me about the man in the house rule, right? And
Yep.
so what I am
Yep.
doing is I told you, is that 1968? And then you say you don't know. So how am I supposed to engage in this conversation with you, sir, when you don't even know what it is that you're asking about? That doesn't make any
I
sense
said
to me
I don't.
whatsoever.
I said I don't know as a way of your viewers and everybody listening to investigate it themselves. Because people don't like to investigate nothing no more. So I just say I don't know. Look it up so people can actually hear me saying that and look it up themselves. Reverse psychology, baby.
That's not reverse
Well,
psychology,
you know what?
sir. That's not how any of that works. Are you okay?
You never know. You never know.
Okay? Is everything okay with you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right. Also,
Well,
the chat is asking you for you not to put them in this at all. Like, they don't want any parts of whatever it is that you're talking about.
why? Because it's the truth, and they know that you
They're
guys are
just
gonna be
asking,
exposed.
yeah, they're just asking for you to actually provide something factual to them. That's all. They don't want to be a part of your lies.
I'm just spitting stuff out here, and people could take it how they want to and do some
But the thing
research for
is
themselves. And
that it's not factual, though. It's not.
what's not factual that the
Everything
Democrats
that
never
you
called
said.
for violent protest. They didn't call for political public
I don't know who you're
assassinations.
talking about.
Oh,
That's
look
the
it
whole
up.
thing.
You'll find
You
it.
keep telling
Look
me
it
to
up.
look
You'll
something
find it.
up. All right. But I figured if it's something that you care so much about, then you will be able to tell us.
Well, maybe when people care so much and they try to say some stuff, you guys always railroad them and nothing ever gets exposed. Nothing ever gets talked about. It's always getting put on hold. Yeah, you just shut me up with that music. You just put that music on like 3.
I put him on hold because he's it's like a rabbit dog.
See, just like that. Just like that.
Okay. All right. So you've been steamrolling this entire conversation. Okay. So what it is this, right? Is that I'm going to give you the floor. Okay. All right. And it's going to be an opportunity for you to actually put a name to the Democrat. All right. Who called for the Democrats. I'm sorry, that called for violence, because you said it was multiple Democrats that did so.
Nah, that's an old topic. Let's get back to the with you guys being displaced. Americans are going to be displaced. Watch when Trump's presidency is over and Democrats reopen the borders and illegal migrants come piling in this country. You're going to see what happens, because you can't just displace billions of Muslims and people from around the world, because they're going to move people all around the world, not just America, Canada, South America.
I disagree with this. Yes, submit an appeal. All right, I gotta call Hector. Hello? Nigga. Yeah, I did. So when I do my appeal, how do I need to, I don't know what to do. How do you submit an appeal? Hate speech and hateful behavior. I think it was for the guest.
Did he already get a? Did you get a violation?
No, it was automatically suspended. So I think that means someone likely reported.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. Request to say that your and then the thing put that you didn't have any of that. The bubble that your live didn't contain any of that, and then give a little small explanation for why.
Okay.
That, you know what I'm saying?
Somebody.
People that follow you, yep. That you got people that follow you that do on the regular report your live.
Okay. All right. So it says request another review. Then it says violation reason. And it says hate speech and hateful behavior. Then it says submit. But it doesn't give me a way to type in anything. Cancel. Let's go back here. Do you agree with this decision? No.
No.
Okay. This notice is unclear. TikTok should allow contact. My live does not contain the content mentioned in the notice. The restriction. Okay. All right. And then submit. Are they going to let me type anything out?
Scroll down and see if it gives you an option for.
Yeah, nah.
Like a comment box.
Nah, they don't. But I submit. It's not even letting me submit the damn thing. Let me see if I go about it this way.
Oh, if they won't let it submit, then they might got you. I hate when they do that shit.
They got me. I'm gonna have to be on my backup. Oh wells.
They got you. How many days they give you?
April 5th, so 3 days.
Damn, baby, sorry about that.
It's okay. I have a backup.
All right, you going back live?
I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna go hang out with Hector on my backup.
Okay.
And see if this will work over here. I'm trying it on a mobile device since it's not working on Studio, so we'll go from there. But thanks for calling. I appreciate you.
You got it, bro.
All right. Have a great day. Bye.
You too.
All right. Let's see here. Do I agree? No. Because he used the R word and I didn't drop him. Okay, the volume's down. I got a restriction. Ooh, my Fashion Nova deal is here though. Oh, thank you for bringing my Fashion Nova in. Well, I'll just go through in a moment. I did tell someone on a live though. Oh, you guys can still hear me? Oh, I'm on YouTube. Oh, okay. So you heard my whole conversation with Mr. Itchy. Oh, fudge sickles. Okay, bye, tubers. Go say hi to Hector for me. Bye.